Hi guys and welcome back to Crypto Chester. My name is Chester and today I'll be walking you through the crypto markets. First things first, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin on the short-term time frame because it's going a bit mental this morning, and then we're going to be going to the midterm, and then we're going to be hitting up the long term. Once we're done with Bitcoin, you know what time it is. It's my altcoins of the day. This is 3 altcoins that I've chosen to showcase to you today, and the 3 altcoins that I've chosen are Ethereum, XRP, and the famous, glorious ADA. So we'll get to my altcoins of the day as soon as I'm done here with Bitcoin, and then once we're done with all of that stuff, then it is the altcoin request part of the show. This is where you guys smash your altcoin requests in the chat, and I basically pick which ones look good, and we can do some live TA for you there. Not a problem at all. Now, first things first, it is gonna be the day of launch for my ultra package, right? It's a product that I've been building for quite a while, but I said I'd be rewarding my OG members out here. I said I'd be rewarding my OG subscribers who have been supporting me from the absolute get, from the beginning. So yeah, if you think you are an OG subscriber, I know quite a few of you have already messaged me on Telegram because I did put out an announcement in the community. If you think you're an OG subscriber and you haven't yet message me, drop me a message on Telegram and we will see if you are, and then we'll go from there and see if we can get you added to a 2-month free trial on that. Not a problem at all. Just giving a little bit back to you guys for supporting me from the absolute beginning. But first things first, let's do some shout outs. We got Mr. Malconey coming through there. Phoenix, you're in like the top 5 people that always begin. So thank you ever so much. Top 5 people that always begin. Top 5 people that always comment in the chat. They're always supporting the stream all the way through. So I do appreciate that coming through for there, Phoenix, my good sir. Hero Optimist, One Manny, Illustry, Last Index. Nice member coming through there. Nice to see you on the stream there, bro. We've got Ben Rogers as well. Restless, the Sangialio, maybe. Hopefully I say it right. Hey man, nice to see you on the stream there, man. Amir, hi Chester. Nice to see you back on the stream there, Amir. Hope you had a good weekend. I saw you on the stream last week, so yeah, nice to have you back, my man. We got Stuart, Chaka. We got Barb. We've got Scrambled G coming through. And then we've got Mecano Spaghetti and Ivo T as well. Hope you're having a fantastic morning. And it's 16 degrees, partly sunny in the UK. 10:15 a.m. here. Right, without further ado, let's get straight into it because we know why we're all here, right? We're here to make money and we're here to do a bit of crypto TA. So let's get straight into Bitcoin coming through here on the hourly chart. What in the hell has happened this morning, right? Since we opened this morning, literally disgustingness, we actually fell off a cliff and everyone's waking up to their portfolios on a lovely red Monday, currently sitting around 3.38% down since we started the morning, like around this sort of zone here. We did top out at around 46,460 there, and that was, to be honest, it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but you can see why we actually found the resistance at this zone here. You can see it's actually quite a very correlative point in this whole sideways crap that we've been in for quite a while, right? And as you can see, we got heavy resistance from that zone before, and we're basically repeating that same scenario right now. Now, as you guys have seen, the title of the video is we could easily bounce from here. And the reasoning for this is we haven't actually we haven't actually set a lower low, right? We haven't actually set a lower low in terms of this downtrend, right? Which is what we did before in terms of this huge dump that we saw on this downtrend right here. We haven't actually seen that. We're actually seeing a bit of a reversal at this point, which is good news. It's good news. We didn't quite set the lower low. It's literally like hundreds of bucks off. It's really close, but we didn't quite get there. So that does mean we are still in a little bit. I'm not gonna say as much as bullish here, but we've got a little bit of hope. We got a little bit of hope coming through here. And also, you can see this trend line to the top side here, this downward sloping resistance line. You can see the Viva low resistance we have found along this zone continuously here, but no, we actually flipped, found a level of support, and this is what we are finding now. We're hopefully finding a level of support, and this is basically holding us up with all its might right now, and hopefully we can bounce from here, and this is just one correlative point that we can bounce from, right? And the reasoning for this is, guys, it's a level of support, and now that is actually coming down. It's actually coming down because it's a downward sloping support line. We do have the lower side of this parallel channel as well to think about. As you can see, lovely level of support, lovely level of support. If we actually come down to there, we've got another lovely level of support there. Another lovely level of support, which we can easily bounce from as well. As well as that, we've got a volume-weighted ATR band coming through at 43,400 as well. So yeah, there's a lot of support there before we're going to absolutely fall into the abyss. Now, I'm not saying that we're not going to. If we do, we need to be preparing for that scenario. And that's why on this channel, we weigh up literally as many different scenarios as we can, because we know what Bitcoin can do. It can go all over the goddamn place. Nobody knows what it can do. It can just go all over the place. So we have to be prepared for any sort of scenario here. So let's go on the basis that we actually do break this support here. Let's go on the basis that we do break the support and we do set a lower low once we clear this 44,100 sort of, I'd probably say 44,000. Yeah, 44,100. Once we clear that sort of mark to the downside there, that's when we know we're going to be coming down a bit lower, right? That's when we get the confirmation, in a sense, for the new lower low coming through there. Granted, still a lower high from this dirty wick, but it's still a lower low in the most recent trends to the downside, right? So yeah, it's obviously going to be bearish when we do clear that zone. Now, obviously, there is a lot of support here. Let's go on the basis, like we were just saying, that we could see a short position come into fruition there. The short position coming into fruition, which we could be looking for here, is going to be a measure move like so, right? It's going to be a measure move like so down to the downside of this parallel channel pattern, right? Parallel channel pattern to the downside. This is what we are going to be looking for in terms of a short position, in terms of shorting Bitcoin in this downtrend, if we're looking for that breakout, right? In terms of a percentage for this, it's going to be around a 4.87% there, so pretty good. Pretty good stuff for Bitcoin if we can see us dump down. And hey, I know if we're dumping, it's going to be a bit of a red... Well, it's already a bit of a red day if you look at the top 50 cryptos already. It's going to be a bit of a red day anyway. We could see a recovery coming through, but if we do see a break to the downside, it's going to be pretty... It's going to be a lot redder than this, right? It's going to be a hell of a lot redder than this. And this is something that we definitely do need to take into consideration there. Now, we do have the chances for some bullish divergences coming through there. If we can see, I think it's a low point coming through here. Yeah, if we can see a low point coming through in terms of the price action, if we do break 44,100 sort of area, set a lower low in terms of this downtrend here, and we do see a reversal coming through on the MACD, that's going to be forming a bullish divergence there, which is an indication for a bounce point, right? It's an indication for a bounce point to the upside there, people. And 18 likes. 18 likes. You guys are killing it out here on this fine Monday morning. Amazing stuff there. I love that. Absolutely love the likes and the continued support coming through on this channel. It does not go unappreciated. We've got Nikki in the chat there. Nice to see you on the chat there, guys. A massive shout out to Empowering Voices of Tomorrow. Amazing stuff coming through there. Very, very good. Let me have a little look at the chat just quickly coming through, because I see it's just been popping off in my peripheral. We've got Fady coming through. Nice to see you on the stream there. Good morning, man. Good morning to you. So LR, good morning, everybody. 7 Juan. Hey, Chester. Hello, 7. How are you? We've got Co18 Dev Jari Walala. Matic analyst, please. I'll get to the altcoin request part of the show, Co. Not a problem. So you can get ready for that, and we'll basically get ready for that altcoin request part of the show. We've got Joseph coming through. Good morning, or hey Chester, how are you today? Very good, thank you. How are you, my good sir, Joseph? We got Ivo T, OG in the chat there. Amazing stuff there. Restless, dirty ups and dirty downs. Welcome to the crypto land. Ceregra, hi bro, nice to see you on the stream. Ajira, but good morning. We've got Ajira, likes are pumping. 31 likes, absolutely amazing stuff. You guys just spam the like button. Amazing. You've actually killed it. Amazing stuff coming through on this fine Monday morning. I really struggled to say that. The San Jolio, the fear and greed index is looking better. I mean, it's still central, which is good. It's better than yesterday. I mean, we were fearful yesterday. But yeah, let's carry on with Bitcoin, and then we'll get to all that juicy stuff coming through there. But yeah, as you can see here, guys, we do have a downward sloping resistance line coming through on the hourly chart. So if we are going to see any sort of momentum to the upside here, we basically need to be looking out for a Viva La Resistance scenario coming through. Resistance scenario coming through, and that's obviously going to be pulling us down a bit, right? It's going to be pulling us down a bit. But then also we do have a bit of a bullish divergence coming through as well. If we do see this, actually the reversal point coming into fruition there, we are going to be seeing a bit of a bullish divergence there, which is obviously a bullish chart pattern there, guys. That's another scenario in terms of a bounce point we could be looking for there. Pretty much the short term pretty much summed up there, guys. Let's jump to the midterm and see if we can get a bit of a better gauge to see what's going on there, because we know there's some correlative points coming through. Now, we were talking about this on Saturday. We were talking about this last week. We do have a bit of a broadening wedge pattern coming through here, pretty much supported by what we are seeing here in terms of this consolidation sideways boringness for Bitcoin after this insane volatile, what was it, 5 minutes or something that we had there. But yeah, you can see the support along this zone continuously, pretty strong stuff. And you can see we have actually just broken this to the downside. Now, we did weigh up the possibilities last week here on the stream. I stream every single day, Monday to Friday. Now, we did weigh up the possibilities for a huge greedy measure move here. The greediest of greedy measure moves to the downside is going to be around 38,800. But no, we're not going to be doing that, guys. We're not going to be doing that because, you know, on this channel, greed is not our friend. We don't be doing the greedy stuff. We be going on, we go on the, if it's a broadening wedge, the least recent trend that follows the trend that we are going for in terms of the breakouts, the downside, right? Now, that is going to be something along the lines of this. Now, if we are looking for a percent for this, it's going to be around at 8.46%. In terms of a price target for Bitcoin, it is going to be around at 41,398. And to be honest, let's just take a step back. Let's just take a step back, people. 41,000 is absolutely fine. And you can see the correlative point, nearly pointed at the screen there. You can see the correlative point here from this resistance point. So it's probably going to be acting as a lovely level of support. And we do have the volume weighted ATR band. But let's just take into consideration, what was it, 8 or 9 weeks ago, guys? We were literally sat at 29,500. So 41,000 is really not that bad. It's really not that bad. If anything, it's actually pretty healthy in terms of a correction to the downside if we are going to have continuation to the upside there. And this is going to be the correlative bounce point I would be looking for. So let's bang a horizontal in there, shall we? Just for simplicity's sake, for said future. Yep, you can see correlative point here as well. Granted, we did smash through it, coming through it in terms of the most recent, well, not most recent uptrend, but that most recent, that nice uptrend there. Come on. Nice uptrend coming there. But yeah, you can see the correlative point that we are potentially going to find here if we do see that breakout to the downside there for this measure move completion of this broadening wedge pattern coming through here. Now, same sort of scenario as the short time coming through here. We do have a potential for a bullish divergence happening as well. And look, I did want to talk about this on the RSI as well. We were talking about this on Saturday, guys. If we were going to see any sort of spike for Bitcoin here, I said we need to be watching this point. And the reasoning for this is the OGs on this channel should be messaging me on Telegram for two months free to a product launch that I'm doing today. But the OGs on the channel do know. They do know about this correlative point, the Viva La Resistance we are finding from this zone continuously. We have made copious amounts of cash in terms of trend reversal, in terms of predicting the price, in terms of take profit, stop loss, all of that juicy stuff coming through there. We have literally planned it all out and it's gone pretty perfectly. Now, what we are seeing, what we did say on the weekend stream, the surprise Saturday morning stream, I said, guys, this is going to be a point to look out for. Just for that Viva La Resistance. And you can see how imminently we actually dump from this zone here. Not quite touching it as congruently as I would like to, but we did touch it near enough. But we did see that resistance actually play out quite strongly, right? So yeah, that's definitely going to be a correlative point to be thinking about for the future as well there. Now, looking at it, coming through there, if we do see us actually dump and see us break through the lower low point coming through here, I mean, it is going to be looking like if we do see us actually break this low point, now it's quite hard to see for you guys there, at 41,400, that sort of area there, we're likely to see, likely to not see us actually come down lower on the RSI there, and that's obviously going to cause us another bullish divergence coming through there, potential for one forming here if the reversal is correct, but at this point in time, we could be predicting another one coming through here if the bounce point is to the higher side here. We're going to be setting a lower high here on the RSI and then a lower low coming through on in terms of the live price chart there for Bitcoin. So that's another thing to be looking out for throughout this week here, throughout the next few days, if we are going to have continuation to the downside. Excuse me. Now, let me zoom in a little bit here because we do have I know it's where are we? I know it's a parallel channel on the shorter term time frame, right? Now, on the bigger term time frame, we do have the candle body closes are a bit different, right? They're a little bit different, and that basically means instead of a parallel channel, we're actually forming a falling wedge pattern, right? A falling wedge pattern, and we usually break to the upside for falling wedge patterns, so that's positive, but we are on the minx. We're on the minx, if that's the right word, of breaking to the downside, right? But as I was saying, there's a lot of support across a lot of different time frames holding us up there. A lot of divergences that are waiting, imminently waiting to be activated there. So we're just going to have to see how that actually plans out I wouldn't rule anything out there, guys. And now let's do a measurement to the downside for this falling wedge pattern and get some sort of price prediction. But I know we usually break to the upside, but let's do it on just in case, right? Just in case. So yeah, that's going to be around a 3.46% correlative point for that zone. It's going to be around at 43,000 there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we can get down there. But yeah, that's going to be a short position coming through there if that is going to come into fruition. Now, just looking at some sort of trap zone that we could be estimating here, guys. Let me get rid of the divergences for now, right? Let's get rid of that measure move as well. And let's get rid of that one as well. Now, we do have a trap zone for this falling wedge, and this basically means we could easily have reversal in this zone. So I wouldn't be saying we're going to congruently dump until, one, we lose this horizontal here at around 44,000. We lose 44,100, setting a lower low, and then also we lose this this trend line that we got coming down here, right? If we lose this trend line that we got coming down here, going off the previous wicks here, then we're likely to have continuation to the downside. The continuation price target to the downside is going to be to start off this wick at 42,865. That's what we're going to be looking at. That's what we're basically going to be looking at for a target price point if we do break through this trap zone, lose this horizontal, and then set a lower low coming through here, guys. So yeah, a couple of correlative points to be thinking about there. Just gonna have some H2O, and then we're gonna be jumping straight through to the long term. And hey Taz, nice to see you on the stream there. Hey Mr. C. 44 likes as well there, people. Do appreciate your likes. Do not go unappreciated there. It does help my YouTube channel out massively, and obviously I am a new streamer out here, guys. And yeah, I'm here to educate people. So yeah, the more likes you give me, the more people I'm educating on a day-to-day basis, which is all good stuff coming through there. So now, let's talk about Bitcoin here on the daily, right? Let's talk about Bitcoin on the daily. I want to zoom out a little bit just because we've got a very, very strong trend line coming down from the previous all-time highs. As you can see here, you can see the levels of resistance we've got from this zone. We've got bang on the previous all-time high candle body close there, and then we have the lower high position coming through here from before the humongous dump in May, right? And now this is very interesting stuff, right? Because as you can see, the dump that we had last week, early last week, we saw this actually dump in the space of 5 minutes. How volatile that was! It was crazy stuff indeed. We actually saw a pretty correlative bounce along this trend line in terms of a level of support. So what can we gauge from that? What can we tell from that, guys? It basically means if we're going to see dumps for Bitcoin here, if we're going to see continuation to the downside, if we're going to see lower lows get set in terms of this most recent downtrend here, we've got a lovely bounce point. The bounce point is going to be at around 42,000, 41,007. That's going to be a point to basically be looking out for because we have only really bounced on it twice so far. So we're likely to potentially bounce on it again for the third time before potentially breaking it to the downside. We also do have a 200 EMA coming up to say hello as well. That's obviously going to be acting as a heavy, lovely level of support. As you can see here, correlative point as well. Bang, bang, bang. Very good stuff indeed. Now, I know it is a little bit of bad news considering we have just lost the 55 moving average. We've lost the 200 moving average. But hey, there's a bit of a positive golden cross coming through here. So let's just go on the basis that we do have the continuation to the downside. We're looking at a nice bounce here at 42,000. Then we see a golden cross play out. And then we see the bounce. It is looking like the stars are going to align for a potential bounce here, guys. So we basically need to be prepared for it. We need to be prepared for it. And to be honest with you, I think a lot of people will be flipping very bearish indeed if we do lose this lose this trend line to the downside here around 43,000, that sort of area there. If we actually see the continuation to the downside and we do set a lower low past this 42,800, and that's obviously going to be lower on this lower in terms of a horizontal and on the bounce point of this downward slope and support line there. If we lose that, set a lower low, I know a lot of people will be flipping very, very bearish indeed. So it would be perfect for the whales to actually play out this golden cross and actually have a lovely bounce point coming through from this zone there. Very crucial as well that we are talking about, and this is like right now, this is right here, right now. We need to be talking about this horizontal here, guys, at 44,600. We're currently trading below that, which isn't great. I know it's not great, but as I said, we haven't quite set a lower low in terms of this most recent downtrend. So it's not the end of the world, but if we do see a daily candle close below this zone, you can see if we do see that happen, we've actually saw a bit of a fake out to the downside here. the last time this did happen. But if we could probably actually move this trend line down a little, yeah, we could probably move that. Yeah, so we're looking at this this as a lovely level of support at this point in time, guys. So if this is going to be holding out, then it's going to be very good indeed for a bounce up from here. So yeah, there's a few scenarios we need to take into consideration there. If we do lose this, then it is likely to start off with, we're going to come down to 42,800. Then after that, potentially coming down to 41,697, bouncing off this zone here. Now, I know it's not the best scenario for us if we do that, but it's still going to be healthy, right? And the reasoning I say it's still going to be healthy, if we do some percentages from when Elon and Jack jumped on that B-word conference from the bottom to the top, that's around a 76% gain there for Bitcoin in the space of, what was it? I think it was eight weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, around 8 weeks, near enough 9 weeks. We dumped on the 9th week there. So yeah, it's for that to be happening in the space of 8 weeks for any sort of asset there, even Bitcoin, that's insane gains, right? That's an insane, steep, parabolic uptrend. And to be honest, it's not very healthy when it does that. And that's why we're seeing corrections like this in the space of 5 minutes, dumping thousands and thousands of dollars there. So if we do actually come down to this 41,000, 42,000 there, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely healthy, people, because what's 76%? 76.85% to have a correction of around 20% and then have a continuation to the upside from there, that's absolutely fine. If anything, that's a great scenario, setting another stronger higher low here, coming through here from this previous higher low. Granted, yes, we are invalidating these higher low points coming through here, but as I said, it's a 76.85% gain there. So it's absolutely fine for us to be doing this. So just don't be panicking. Don't be going mental and panic selling all your things there. Obviously, nothing I said is financial advice. If you want to go panic sell everything, go and panic sell everything. No, just calm and collected. This is what we say on this channel, right? Stay calm and collected. There's gonna be more entry points. There's gonna be more buying opportunities, and there is gonna be bounce points coming through here, guys. But yeah, it's pretty much Bitcoin summed up here on the daily. I'm going to jump to hash ribbons so we can review our hash ribbon signal coming through here. Our hash ribbon signal coming through here was activated at 44,400, and well done to anyone who jumped in at that sort of price there. You're pretty much sat on the break even sort of zone there. I got in at 43,800 around here, right? I got in around here because I did think, well, I know a lot of YouTubers were showcasing this indicator, right? And that is obviously the hash ribbons indicator coming through here, guys. I saw a lot of YouTubers actually showcasing that. So actually, this signal actually went out to millions and millions of people. And for me personally, I was there like, to be honest, if I was a whale and I'd seen this going out to millions of people, I'd be like, right, it's time to dump it, right? Of course, right? So you're just going to counter trade it like a mother trucker. So yeah, that's what I did think is going to happen. And that's why I was waiting for a lower entry there. And I got a lower entry. To be honest, we're near enough set a break even there. So yeah, it's a bit of a scarce time coming through for that signal. But at the end of the day, as I said in the title of this video, we do have potential for a bounce point coming through there. Let's have a little look at the RSI coming through for the daily chart here. As you can see, this is why trend lines on the RSI are very, very crucial here, people. We've got lower highs being set continuously. We've got levels of resistance that we have been respecting continuously. And you can see how quickly we actually dump down from this zone, right? So yeah, I would be using this information continuously throughout my trading. But yeah, as you can see here, no sort of divergence is actually playing out as I can see. Maybe a small one playing out here, depending on where we actually see a reversal coming through here. And that's obviously going to be a little cheeky bullish divergence, but we'll just have to see what's coming through there. I'd say the horizontal bounce point is at 34.45, but we are still quite away from that zone there in terms of that falling momentum to the downside. Now, if we do lose this major trend line that I was talking about, sat at around that 41,500 sort of zone there, then I would say that we are potentially going to be coming down onto the RSI in terms of a selling point to this zone here. That would obviously mean that we're going to be losing the 200 EMA as well. So that means we're going to be below all major moving averages really on the daily term time frame here, which isn't great. It's not great, but the next bounce point, the next correlative point that we would be looking for is going to be, as you can see, this horizontal we've got coming through here in terms of a level of support. That's going to be around at 40,800. And then obviously if we do lose that, then we've got the higher low to think about as well at 38,100. Yes, so as I was saying, guys, do not panic. There's a lot of support basically through there. There's a lot of support holding us up, so we can stay calm and collected, right? It's still going to be healthy. Now, done with Bitcoin. I'm done with Bitcoin. Let me jump to the chat quickly. Let's have a little look, see who's in the chat. We've got Tasman said doo-doo. Mindless musician I see on the stream there. We've got Grant You a Wish. Haven't seen you in a while, my good sir. Hope you're having a good day. Barb Wilder, amazing stuff there. Green Goblin, how are you doing as well, sir? Hope you're having a good day. Anything else in the chat? Shadow present late again. Nice on the stream there, Shadow. We got Nikki as well. What are your thoughts on AMP? I will get to my altcoin requests part of the show. Nikki, I won't be long indeed. And that is not Empowering Voices of Tomorrow. That is a different Nikki. So, so yeah, we will just let's get to my altcoin requests part of the show. No. Let's get to my altcoins of the day. This is 3 altcoins that I have chosen to showcase to you today for potential positions, potential TA to be thinking about for the future. And obviously, do your own research, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice. If there's any position here that I am talking about on these charts, you need to do your own research before entering it. I'm not telling you to enter it at all. Just going to have some H2O, and then we will carry on. First altcoin that I've chosen today is Ethereum. Then we're going to be doing a bit of XRP, and then we're going to be doing a bit of the famous ADA. Amazing stuff there. Goodness me. Joshy Boy says, Chester, I am long. You think I'm silly? To be honest, man, I think everyone's very bearish right now. So if you're going to be playing against the crowd, then you're doing the right thing, right? And 52 likes, guys. You're absolutely killing it on this fine Monday morning. Amazing stuff there. No change there. I'm still looking like I'm receding like a bold dude, right? But yeah, anyway, Ethereum. Let's just jump to Ethereum. Ethereum is one of my altcoins today just because I have chosen this. Completely losing my words here. Ethereum is claiming my altcoin of the day because there's potential position, potential TA to explain to you guys from an educational standpoint. We do have a falling wedge pattern. We know falling wedges usually tend to break to the upside, but we are looking at saying hello to the downside here. Trap zone isn't really that present. We do have a couple of wicks coming down here, but nothing really that bad, which means it's good indeed, right? Now, in terms of levels of resistance that we are seeing playing out here, you can see quite strong. It's quite strong indeed in terms of a trend line. In terms of levels of support, we've got lovely levels of support coming down here. It's going to be interesting to see if we actually can test this, guys. If we can test this to the lower side around 3,148, that sort of area there, we could be looking at a bounce. Now, if we don't bounce from that zone, the measure move to the downside is going to be looking along the lines of this, right? And this is very interesting because it actually brings us to this grey box zone. This grey box zone spans back to as you can see here, these insane lower highs that we were trying to actually get over for quite a while in terms of momentum to the upside. We finally got the momentum for Ethereum there and actually got up there, which is it's quite lucky indeed because this is obviously a very, very scary point to be getting to. Now, this is why it has claimed my altcoin of the day because I just wanted to raise a bit of awareness here because if Ethereum is to dump here, as if Bitcoin does have continuation to the downside, Ethereum's most likely going to follow it, right? As we have seen since the start of the day today, near enough. Yeah, start of the day today, near enough. We have seen corrections for Ethereum there. If we are going to break to the downside here for this falling wedge pattern, in terms of a percentage, in terms of a measure move completion, it is going to be around an 8.67%, correlating pretty famously with the volume weighted ATR band acting as a level of support, which is, see if we can get some data coming through there. As you can see, heavy levels of support along this zone. If we do break it to the downside, we usually trend below it before breaking it back to the upside. But in terms of levels of support on this volume weighted ATR band, you can see it's very, very, very correlative there. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a point to be watching there for Ethereum if we are going to have continuation to the downside. Now let's get a little price for that. The price for that is going to be 2,861, and that does mean, unfortunately, yes, Ethereum will be losing that $3,000 target there, $3,000 there. As you can see, we did actually bounce very, very famously, very well. I keep saying that today, famously, very well on this zone when we did see that insane crash to the downside most recently there for Ethereum. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see actually Ethereum trending down for a bit because we know what Ethereum's been doing recently. It's been moving mad in a sense, right? It's been going crazy. It's been trending up quite well, quite nice actually. And we did actually see us actually come up and test that $4,000 for Ethereum there. So yeah, pretty good stuff indeed. And 55 likes. You guys are killing it on this fine Monday morning. And guys, I do stream every single day, Monday to Friday. So if you are liking the content, smash the subscribe button, smash the notification bell, and you're never gonna miss any of my uploads, any of my streams. And basically, I can chill here with you all day. I can chill here with you every single day. Amazing stuff there. Donna, good morning to you there. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Last Index is eating the spiciest pizza he has eaten in his whole life. Oh my God, this is agony. Sounds like the crypto charts today, man. Very, very spicy and very red indeed. Chilly red, I may say. Joshy boy, sweet. Love you, bro. Nice to see you on the stream there, Joshy boy. Love you too, man. Fadies with a confused face. I'm still really good about my positions. Buy high, sell higher. Says Mr. Radu. Cool stuff there, man. But yeah, Toy Wolf. Yo, what up, Chester? Nice to see you on the stream there, Toy Wolf. Haven't seen you in a hot minute, my guy. But yeah, nice to see you on the stream there, man. Continuously supporting the channel out here. But yeah, in terms of Ethereum right now, this would be the breakout position to the downside. So yeah, I would be looking at this zone. But as you can see here, guys, let's bring up the RSI for a second. If we do see continuation of the downside here for Ethereum, we're going to be getting to that oversold sort of scenario point there. The oversold sort of scenario point is going to be around this sort of zone when we do lose that 29.85 there. And when we do lose that sort of zone, we're going to get to the oversold. And when we get oversold, we usually have a bit of a buyback there. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting point to be looking out for there for the old Ethereum coming through. And a bit of a trend line coming through to the upside here. But I would say that we are looking at breaking that to the downside as well. So yeah, interesting stuff coming through for Ethereum. But yeah, definitely a point to be watching would be the lower side of this falling wedge pattern for a potential breakout to the downside. And to be honest, guys, let's jump to the daily quickly for Ethereum. You can see the momentum that we have gained since Elon and Jack jumped on that B-word conference, since Bitcoin started actually its famous uptrend that we have seen it coming through there. I mean, let's do some percentages from candle body close there to the top side here. Around 120% gain there for Ethereum. And to be honest, I said this with Bitcoin a minute ago on the longer term time frame. When we see a retracement even down to this gray box zone of around 25%, that's still absolutely fine when we have just pumped up 120%, right? So yeah, calm, collected. This is fine. This could actually be a nice, healthy correction before we have continuation to the upside there. There's a lot of scenarios planning out here, but this is one that we that is most likely to plan out right, because we can't just trend up continuously, going parabolic. Because you know, when we climb Mount Everest, guys, we need to be resting at base camp 1. I do say that quite a bit on my stream, but yeah. Hit the subscribe. I watch all kinds of different YouTubers. TA, I could watch TA all day long. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff, man. I do like TA. Do like a bit of TA. Now, moving on to my second altcoin that I've chosen to showcase to you guys today. The second altcoin of the day that I have chosen is the famous, my brother calls it XRP, and that is Bitcoin Beats YouTube channel, guys. If you want to go check him out, big shout out to him. Amazing trader, amazing YouTuber coming through there. But yes, he calls this Satan coin, I think. But yeah, the coin that I've chosen to showcase to you guys is XRP. So yeah, let's jump to XRP here on the daily. As you can see, very parabolicness coming through indeed. Very steep uptrends, amazing stuff. Well, not really amazing, but still very steep. But it's only amazing if you can go parabolic, and then you can hold the parabolicness, which is what we have seen here in terms of what will we say? A parallel channel. Yes, we have held this in terms of a parallel channel, and we basically say, if we're going to be climbing Everest here, people, you know, the biggest mountains in the world here, if we're going to be climbing Everest in a parabolic motion, we need to be resting at base camp 1. This is base camp 1. This is the consolidation zone. Once we're done here, hopefully we can take another leg up and actually test the top side of the Mount Everest there. So yeah, a little bit of an analogy to be working out for. If we are going parabolic here, guys, we need to be resting at base camp 1 in terms of consolidation. Otherwise, we're going to see insane crashes to the downside. Now, we have rested for quite a while here for XRP, and obviously Bitcoin is scurrying us a bit around the it's running us round the roundabout here. It's causing a lot of riffles through the charts coming through there. So yeah, let's jump to the 4-hourly here for XRP, because this is the reason why I have chosen to showcase to you XRP today. Satan coin. Yeah. NX on the stream there. Nice to see you on the stream there, bro. There's a mod in the chat, guys. Please behave yourselves. 55 likes as well. You guys are killing it out here. And so yeah, as you can see here, parallel channel coming through here. You can see the levels of support that we have seen. The levels of support that we have seen continuously. You can see the consolidation on the support zone that we are just talking about here. Pretty crazy stuff indeed. You can see the Viva La resistance that we have seen along the top side of this zone as well. Now, what does this mean? It means we've got a lovely parallel channel coming through there. Parallel channel coming through, horizontal here, horizontal here. Now, from there, what can we gauge in terms of the price? We're looking for a breakout, guys. We're looking for a breakout in terms of a chart pattern. That is going to be looking something along the lines of this, right? Something along the lines of this, and it's going to be pretty big, right? Pretty big if we do break to the downside here. And to be honest, guys, we know XRP. We know XRP. It doesn't have small swings. It doesn't. It really doesn't have small swings. As you can see here, from that huge dump in May that actually panned out quite played out quite strongly. We were actually setting lower lows for XRP when Bitcoin wasn't, and a lot of the major other coins weren't doing that. So when XRP does trend and it does go down, or vice versa, it does go up, it does tend to do it a little bit more than the other coins, right? So yeah, as you can see at this point in time, we are looking for a breakout to the downside here. Breakout to the downside in terms of percentage for this measure move out of this parallel channel is going to be around a 23.29% there. So pretty crazy stuff indeed. Let me just have a bit of H2O and then we will carry on. Some nice Highland Spring mountain water there. Very good. As you can see, the measure move to the downside is going to be 23.29%. They're absolutely amazing stuff. And obviously, guys, if we are going to be entering any sort of short position here for XRP, we're going to be having take profits absolutely staggered all the way down there, just in case we see any sort of reversal at any time indeed. I'm not going to actually leave that one in there. I'm going to just say volume weighted ATR band, pretty correlative point. We know this on this channel, guys. If we are going to break, we're going to first take profit point is going to be $1, around that $1 sort of mark there. Next take profit around 95 cents there, and then the following take profit is going to be this volume weighted ATR band that's coming up to say hello as well. No matter where that is, I am always taking a lump of profit at that zone there. Did you do ADA already? No, ADA is actually my third altcoin of the day, and I will be moving on to it next for you there, sir. I'm moving on to it next, just because I want to talk about the whole thing. Everyone thought ADA was going to like $3.5 or something just because of the smart contracts, and I was literally saying on Saturday's stream, I was there like, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down. Everyone's bought it up far too early, and yeah, it did just kind of crash after that. So so yeah, we will be touching ADA. We will be touching on ADA in a second, don't you sweat it. So yeah, XRP to the downside, this is what I would be looking for here. Now, let's talk about the idea of a smaller chart pattern on the smaller term time frames here. We've got a falling wedge pattern, as you can see here, guys. We've got heavy levels of resistance from this zone continuously. You can see, bit of a dirty trap coming through there. And then continuously levels to the downside hits, continuous resistance to the downside hit, which we have seen this actually play out quite strongly. Now you can see the support as well to the lower side hit forming, you guessed it, yes sir, yes ma'am, a falling wedge pattern. Amazing stuff there coming through. So now if we are looking for a breakout here, if we're looking for a breakout out of this smaller chart pattern, I would be looking, sell the news, buy the rumors. Yes, restless. That's pretty much it, man. So yeah, if we are looking for a break up to the downside here, a break up to the downside, this is what we are looking for. If we do see a reclamation, I haven't used that in a while, a reclamation of this parallel channel to the upside, right? As you can see here, huge parallel channel as we were just talking about there. Measure move, good stuff indeed. Now this is going to be the reclamation of that. If we can have a breakout to the upside here, we are going to be looking at a price target of around $1.13. They're obviously staggering take profits all the way up, guys. We don't just have one take profit, we have literally as many as we physically can. Because as you can see here, we've got multiple moving averages acting as resistance there, so we do need to basically take into consideration any sort of reversal sort of pattern coming through there, guys. Staggering take profits, that's how you make the cold hard cash. Now if we are going to break into the downside here, I know it's unlikely with falling wedge patterns like so, but at the moment with crypto, I'm definitely going to be putting it in terms of a scenario. That's obviously the measure move, right? Let me get rid of that. The measure move to the downside here for this this falling wedge pattern is going to be looking something along the lines of this, and that's probably going to potentially bring us down to all that 0.96 there. Very interesting stuff indeed. I would be looking to break down and enter some sort of position once we clear this $1.98. The reasoning for that is, as you can see, a bit of a wick here, and there's no point really entering around $1.02 if you are going to see reversals coming through here. We might even have a little skirt in this sort of zone here. So yeah, going back on what I just said actually on the longer term time frame, I did say this would be the first take profit point, but looking at it now, it's a bit too close to be entering inside of this zone here, so I would be waiting to clear this zone, break out to the downside here, and then we could be looking at the first completion of the measure move, sat at around that 9.6. That's the first take profit, and then the next take profit is going to be around that 9.538 there. So yeah, interesting stuff to see what is going to happen for XRP there. A lot of stars are aligning. A lot of stars are aligning. And obviously, guys, checking the RSIs and stuff like that, just to see any more take profit points coming through or any potential reversals, right? Let me have a look at a little bit of ADA coming through there. And did we just hit 60 likes? Amazing stuff there, guys. Do appreciate all the likes coming through. They don't go unnoticed. They don't go unnoticed, and I do really appreciate it. And today is the day for the OGs to step up, right? The OG subscribers. Today's your day because I'm launching a product today. It is my Ultra Package group. It's a private group on Telegram. And it's your day to basically claim your 2 months free trial on it, right? It's 2 months free trial for the OGs. So if you haven't messaged me already, Message me on Telegram with your YouTube username, and I'll recognize you if you are an OG in the chat there. I'll recognize you, and we've quite a few people already. There's only about 30 spots that I'm giving away at this point in time. Near enough giving away 20 so far in the space of probably 12 hours since I announced it. So these spots are going to fill up. So if you think you are an OG, message me on Telegram, and we'll get that sorted for you there. And yes. Where are we? We're on ADA. ADA. This is my third altcoin of the day today to showcase to you guys, just because there is something very interesting happening here. We're going to be starting off here on the daily chart now. We've spoken about this before. Huge horizontal to the lower side here. You can see the supports that ADA has been having here. Continuous support, even these huge dumps to the downside. Even in May, the support was there. The support was here again in July. It's pretty crazy stuff. Now, right now, this is what I want to talk about this. We're looking for a breakout to the upside here, guys. We're looking for a humongous, I must say, pretty goddamn greedy, but it's still going to be a healthy measure move at the end of the day, because it's still a chart pattern coming through there, and it's on the daily chart there. So it's not going to be overnight. It's going to be happening over the course of probably like 3 or 4 weeks, something along the lines of that. So, Joseph says, sorry, I can't read that well, man. So where should I go in Telegram, Chester? Just drop me a PM, Joseph, because I know you are an OG and you've been here for quite a while. So you do qualify, my good sir. But yeah, so yeah, just drop me a message on Telegram. We'll get that sorted for you there, man. I think you might have just done that already. No, that was someone else messaging me on Telegram. So yeah, as you can see here, this is a potential bounce point we could be looking for 88. Granted, yes, we have seen the all-time highs get reached recently. It has been a bit of a bloodbath after that, but the measure move is going to still sit at around 52.82%, and that is a humongous gain for ADA, looking for a target price of around $3.62. Do I think we're going to hit it tomorrow? Absolutely not. Do I think we're going to hit it next week? Absolutely not. It's going to be the course of over around 4 or 5 weeks, potentially even a bit longer than that. Might even consolidate in just a really flaccid bit of an uptrend coming through. It just depends how the examples of these smart contracts come through there for ADA, because obviously they have launched yesterday, right? And so far so good. Hard fork and all that in motion, looking pretty good stuff indeed. IVOT says, so happy to have you around. First time I'm OG. Even my fam thinks I'm a noob. I think it's quite interesting, right, in terms of trading and stuff like that. This is a bit off topic, right? But in terms of trading and stuff like that, if you think about all your families and all your friends and brothers, sisters, mothers, daughters, all of that if they're on social media, all they're going to see is every four times there's an ad on Instagram and stuff like that, they're going to see someone just going, I can make you money with trading, join my Forex group today. The cliche sort of ad. So the moment that you say that you're into trading, they just instantly go, that's in my subconscious, that's who I can imagine, I don't like that guy, so I don't think this guy's going to be any good at trading, right? So that's just the instant thing. So there's a lot of cliches sort of surrounded by trading just through those guys. In a sense, but yeah, I just wanted to touch on that very, very briefly anyway. Yeah, 63 likes as well, guys. You guys are killing it. Let's jump to ADA, but let's go in a bit more detail, right? Let's go in a little bit more detail. As you can see here, we do have a pretty dominant trend line coming down from the previous all-time high. You can see the Viva La resistance from this zone. The Viva La resistance from this zone is strong. It's pretty goddamn strong from this zone, guys. So if we are going to be looking for any sort of breakout for ADA, this is where we are looking. This is where we are searching. But first things first, if we do lose this horizontal, as I was just saying here, guys, massive parallel channel there. If we do lose this horizontal, we are going to be falling, rapidly falling, with no hope of recovery. No, there is going to be hope of recovery, guys. Don't sweat it. ADA is fairly strong. I know they had a bit of failed stuff recently, but it's still strong at the end of the day. It's still in the top 3 or top 5 altcoins, top cryptos, right? With one of the biggest market caps, and they are trialing some amazing stuff in Africa and stuff like that. So they have got a lot of potential for the future. They just need to speed up a little bit, right? Because they've got a lot of competitors, and they are catching them up, right? They are catching them up. So yeah, they do need to basically speed up their roadmap in a sense. So yeah, at this point in time, we are actually in a very correlative point, as you can see, trend line to the downside here, forming some sort of symmetrical triangle chart pattern, right? Symmetrical triangle chart pattern looking like so. Resistance, resistance, support, support, support. Now, if we are looking for a breakout to the upside or a potential breakout to the downside, we're currently in a breakout scenario chart pattern. So let me get some sort of measure move drawn out here, and then we can get some sort of price target here for ADA But we need to think, guys, it's a symmetrical triangle here, so that does mean we've got higher lows to the downside here as well, which are going to be acting as very, very key take profit points, because these are very famous for having the reversals coming through in terms of the live price there. Now, in terms of horizontals for that zone, we're going to have one to start off with. It's probably going to be on this zone that we are actually looking at this point in time, and that's at $2.31 there. $2.31, that's going to be the bounce point that we are looking for. After that, we've got this candle close, this candle body close there at this $2.25. That's going to be another point to be looking out for a reversal, and also $2.20 there. Now, if we can get through all of them, the measure move completion is going to be around 14, nearly 15% there, guys. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see if we can actually get that. And obviously, we do have a volume weighted ATR band as well, guys. And we know what happens when we see them heavy levels of support, right? So yeah, that's going to be another correlative point as well. Now, if we lose this zone, if we lose this, if we smash through and basically lose all these higher low points that I was just talking about there, guys, it's going to be looking pretty goddamn bearish. And the reasoning for that is we're going to be setting lower highs continuously. Now, we have been setting them since we saw the previous all-time high here, and it's just been going down continuously, staggering them up. We had a little bit of a challenge here, a little bit of a challenge point coming through to challenge this lower high, but no, we didn't quite get there. We didn't find any sort of breaking up scenario. We actually saw downwards momentum playing out. And to be honest, I am not surprised at all, because obviously we had the hard fork ADA smart contracts news coming through there. And we know what happens with news, guys. 80% of the time, it does dump, right? It does dump. So I know a lot of people were just like, we're going to go to the goddamn moon. New all-time highs are going to be set. I think that happened like one time with ADA's news before, and it actually went up like crazy. But at this point in time, guys, ADA, it's not looking too hot, right? Smart contracts to come out. I would actually expect a bit more of a sell-off, considering what we have seen recently for ADA. Humongous gains coming through there for ADA, smashing through new all-time highs. One of the only altcoins in the sort of the top 10 sort of scenario, Barcelona, that have been smashing through previous all-time highs as well. So yeah, I would expect some sort of retracement coming through that. And to be honest, 14% retracement is really not even that bad, considering how much we have pumped up since the 20th of July there. I can't really stress that enough. This is absolutely fine. I would be looking for, if anything, some consolidation along this zone. That would be the ideal sort of scenario there. Maybe a parallel channel coming through it. Then we can be talking about another measure move coming up to the top side of that, right? Yeah, pretty much ADA covered, guys. Now, you know what time it is now? It's altcoin request part of the show, guys. Get your altcoin requests in the chat now, and I will get to them as soon as I physically can. But while you guys are putting that in the chat, because I know it's a little bit delayed coming through here, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a vote, right? We like to do our Bitcoin votes coming through here. We like to do our Bitcoin votes. So let's do it on the shorter term time frame, because see if we can get some sort of results coming through there. And yeah, so yeah, let's do you think there is space for a last bounce if it drops? Potentially, man. Potentially. I think hopefully you're on about ADA. But yeah, hopefully I do think that it's not just going to keep going down. ADA is got some very good fundamentals behind it and stuff like that. As I said, they just need to speed things up a bit. And then obviously it's going to cause a lot more people to buy into it. But you can see the backing already. The market cap is just ridiculous. So yeah, let me have a little look at Optimus Prime. Love that toy wolf. That's cool. So yeah, let's do a little vote. Let's do a little vote, and then I'll get to some requests coming through there. Now, the voting scenario that we are looking for, are we going to bounce inside this parallel channel, guys? You can see a bounce point here. You can see potential for a bounce point here at around 43,800. So what I want in the chat, I want a 2 if you think we're going to bounce up from this zone here. If you think we're going to bounce to the upside from this zone here, and then what I want in the chat, I want to see, what do I want to see? Kind of messed that up because I usually do two to the lower side and 1 to the upside, right? So yeah, let's flip that around. Let's flip that back around, and let me just do a little correction, right? So yeah, if you think we're gonna bounce from this 43,800 there, what I want in the chat, I want a big number 1, right? I want you guys to spam the chat number 1. Show me that you're present. Show me that you are a supporter for a nice bounce here. But if you think Bitcoin is doomed, if you think crypto is due a massive red dirty week dirty red week to the downside, I want a 2 in the chat, right? I want a nice 2 in the chat there. And let me do some little price actions for that. If you think we're going to break to the downside, you can see the measure move completion to the downside here for the number 2 is going to be coming down to around 41,000 there. So let me see your 2s in the chat if you think we're coming down, and your 1s in the chat if you think we're coming up and we're going to bounce from this zone there. It's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, I did mess that up a little bit, guys. Apologies. So yeah, let's just have some H2O and then we're going to carry on. Amazing stuff there. Yeah, I can see quite a few guys in the chat coming through there. Sorry, guys and girls and preferred pronouns coming through there. Let me see the narrative coming through. The narrative right now is 1. It's looking like the 1s thinking we are going to bounce. Actually, there's quite a few 2s as well. It's pretty central, right? It's pretty central, right? I think the 2s are winning. Are the 2s winning? Yeah, I'd probably say 2s are winning at this point. We do have EDB spamming the 1s in there, but I think a lot of people are saying interesting stuff coming through there. Inverse head and shoulders forming, not pretty, but okay for crypto. Interesting stuff there. MP thinks we're going to come down to 36k. Interesting stuff there, guys. Now let's jump to some altcoins. So get your altcoin requests in the chat. I'm gonna scroll up in the chat and grab one from up there, and let me I'm gonna do Optimus Prime for Toy Wolf there, because I did had a little laugh there. That was quite funny, man. So yeah, let me do a little bit of dot, and we'll see what's good coming through here. Hello, look at this. This is basically what we were talking about before on the previous TA there. We saw a nice ascending triangle to the upside. We were preparing for a bounce point. The bounce point came into fruition pretty goddamn well, making around a 10% gain there. Staggering take profits all the way up there, guys. Pretty good stuff indeed. Now, what can we do? That chart pattern's done. That measurement is completed. So let's just get rid of that. Obviously, we do have this trend line to the upside, still pretty valid indeed there, guys. So we are going to be using this. We're going to be using this for a gauge in terms of a bounce point for dot there. I mean, to be honest with you, looking at it now, we do have potential for another ascending triangle coming through there. As you can see, we do have a nice horizontal to this zone here. Upward sloping support line as well, holding us very beautifully, very famously indeed. And also this would obviously form an ascending triangle to the upside. Now, if we are looking for any sort of measure move coming through for dot there, we could be looking at something looking along the lines of, sorry, my screen just went a bit crazy there. So we could be looking at something along the lines of this in terms of a measure move to the upside. It's gonna be something along the lines of this, bringing dot all the way up to around $41 there. $41 there. Pretty crazy stuff there. If that is going to come to fruition, that is going to be around a 16. Yes, I said that correctly. 16.55% gain there for dot there, if we are going to see a nice break to the upside there. Granted, we have seen a bit of a fake out already, but now what we're going to do, we're going to plot in a reversal point for the future, right? We're going to plot in for a reversal point for the future. So now we know $38.14 is going to be a point to basically be watching there, guys. It's going to be a point to be watching. And 69 likes, amazing numbers coming through there. Amazing likes. I do appreciate all the likes out there, guys. And guys, if you are new to the channel, I stream every single day, Monday to Friday, right? Every single goddamn day, Monday to Friday. So yeah, if you do want some daily TA continuously, you do want to do this with me every day, and you do want to join our ever-growing community, just click the subscribe button, click the notification bell. You're not gonna regret it. Well, you might regret it, but hopefully you won't, right? Hopefully you're enjoying the content. But yeah, also we do have a really a popping Telegram group as well, guys. 200 members we hit over the weekend. Amazing stuff there. So yeah, it just shows how much we're all growing together as a community, and continuously helping each other in that chat as well there. And if you are a new trader, that is where you're going to be asking some questions and stuff, because there's professional traders in there that are nice people, and they're happy to help. Resta says, not if BTC falls down. That's not going to be the ideal scenario. If BTC falls down, my good sir, we're going to be looking at a break to the downside. Obviously, speculatively speaking, going on the most recent downtrend, it's going to be something along the lines of, obviously, very speculatively speaking here, guys. If this is going to happen for dot here, it is going to be a bit of a dirty dump, right? It's a bit of a measurement to the downside is going to be around an 8% drop there. And to be honest, it is looking very red in terms of the whole of crypto at the moment. The cryptos the ones that are really losing, I'd say at this point in time. We've got Link, they're down 11%. We've got Solana's down 9%. And to be honest, Solana was going crazy last week, so that's absolutely fine for that to happen. And we've got Algo's also down 13%. So yeah, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. It's not the end of the world. It's a little retracement. It's pretty good. And to be honest, everything's like going down and stuff, but dot's actually not doing too bad. It's only down around 4% since we've begun the day, right? So yeah, it's not too bad compared to all the others. But yeah, this if we are gonna have continuation of the downside for Bitcoin, then yes, I would be looking at Bitcoin's really not doing anything, is it? Just staying flat as hell. We got the 10 simple coming down on the hourly, so we'll just have to see how that plans out. But yeah, so this would be the move to the downside. And if we do break to the downside here, guys, we've got a lot of levels of support to get through before we get there. So ideally, we are looking at a bounce point from this sort of zone before, if we do. A little bounce point for this zone and having continuation to the upside. But yeah, as you can see, some headphones are falling off. As you can see here, guys, we do have higher lows being set continuously here. So even if we do come down to this zone and bounce, that's still absolutely fine. It's still good in terms of supporting this uptrend that we are seeing coming through here. Looking for that nice breakout for the future there. Interesting stuff there. Now, let me look at FTT date for Amir. FTT for Amir. There she is, down 8.3% as of today. Now, this is interesting stuff, right? Because as you can see, rising wedge pattern, lovely levels of resistance coming through from the top side, lovely levels of support coming through here, guys. As you can see, bit of a trap coming through there, and obviously we did break to the downside coming through as well. Now, in terms of a measure move to the downside, I think we might even have the completion to the downside. They're obviously going on the most recent downtrend point to point there. Not quite measure move completion. The measure move completion that we are going to be looking for here, probably a bit lower actually, is going to be 62.45 in terms of a correlative horizontal point there. So yeah, in terms of what we are seeing now, actually, it is looking actually pretty bearish. We've obviously got this high point coming through here in terms of this wick, just challenging this horizontal here. Couldn't quite get the momentum to go any higher inside of this rising wedge pattern. Broke out to the downside. Lower lows being set continuously here. Very bearish in terms of this trend. Now, it's looking like we're going to have continuation to the downside, still setting lower lows, even in terms of these micro candles here, even in terms of these 4-hourly candles here, we're still setting these lower lows. So I would expect to come down lower and actually come down and say hello to 62.45 today. First, I might say another test of this 55 to the upside here, because that is correlating very well here with a lot of wicks coming to the downside here in terms of a lot of support. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just came up, said hello, and then got swift rejection to the downside from there. So yeah, not too hot. It's not too hot, right? It's not too hot. It's not the best scenario in the world. Now, if that is going to actually play out quite strongly here, guys, if what I just said is going to play out quite strongly, we are going to be forming some sort of descending triangle to the downside here. If we are going to be looking at it, it's going to be looking along the lines of this, right? Along the lines of this, horizontal to the downside, horizontal to the downside, trend line to the upside here in terms of a resistance, in downward sloping resistance line there. This is where we're going to be looking for a bounce point, potentially even a breakout to the downside. If we are going to break out to the downside, we are going to be looking at some sort of measure move looking like so. Obviously, guys, this is for the future, and we are going to be challenging a hell of a lot of higher low points coming through here. So there's going to be mass take profit all the way down if we are going to be seeing it, right? If we are going to be seeing it, there's going to be a lot of take profits that we are going to be looking for there, not just going for that completion of the measure move, which in terms of a percentage would be around near enough 19.86%. But yeah, definitely something to weigh up if we do see insane crashes coming through for crypto in general there, people. Oh, goodness me, pretty tired after that long thing that we just went through there. Now let me have a little look at 7 Juan has just said, can we do a bit of a link? Let's have a little look at link. I haven't looked at link in quite a while, I don't think, actually. Interesting stuff. This is a very, very clean example of what we were talking about last week here. Symmetrical triangle chart pattern coming through. Breakout to the upside is what we were looking for there. And now, right now, the breakout to the upside, as you can see here, we actually came back down for a retest. Pretty strong indeed. I mean, to be honest, if you're going to be entering here on a retest after near enough completion of the measure move there, it's going to be pretty risky indeed. But you can see the buying momentum, the confidence that Link did have at that time, and it did actually bang us up for another completion of the measure move there. So it wasn't just a 6.25% gain, it was a nice 12.5% gain. Maths is coming in there. Yeah, nice 12.5% gain there. So interesting stuff there coming through for Chainlink. Since then, since this lower high got challenged, rejected pretty swiftly at $29.82 there, we've seen obviously pretty strong progression to the downside. Not quite invalidating this higher low here in terms of these wicks, but we're getting ever so close, guys. We're getting ever so close to getting down to that low point. So let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of this TA coming through there, and let's talk about the idea of these horizontals that we could be plotting in like so, right? This is obviously going to be a very, Very correlative point at which we have seen a lot of support get formed here from previous price action there on Chainlink. This is going to be the point that we are going to be looking for a break to the downside there, guys. Interesting stuff to be playing out. Now, if this is going to be actually forming another level of support here, if we are going to bounce from this zone there, we can see we've got resistance here, we've got resistance here, so we could actually be drawing in a new chart pattern, which is, you guessed it, a parallel channel, guys. It's a parallel channel coming through there, so yeah, it's definitely a point to be looking at. And Tasman wants Monero. Definitely gonna do some Monero, because I haven't looked at Monero for a while, and I'm a big supporter in Monero in terms of huge gains for the future there. Very low supply, pretty big use. So yeah, we're just gonna we'll touch on Monero in a second there. Any news on Index, mate? No, I haven't had a look at Index actually. We'll have a look at that potentially and see what's going through there. Yeah. So for now, Chainlink, parallel channel for Chainlink after this huge dump to the downside, and this basically tells us, guys, we could be looking for another break. Whether it's to the upside or whether it's to the downside, who knows? We just care about making money, right? We just care about making money. And so yeah, as you can see here, this is going to be a short position to the downside we could be looking for here. And obviously, guys, nothing I say is financial advice. It goes without saying here. Nothing I say is financial advice. I think goes without saying means I don't have to say it, but I probably do have to say it. So yeah, 16% to the downside there, but yeah, nothing I say is financial advice, guys. It's just my opinions on what I think might happen in the markets. And if you are going to be taking any sort of positions that I am saying on my charts, on my streams here, you do so at your own risk. Please, 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 this is the advice I would give you. Do your own research, learn some TA before taking any positions that I am talking about. Now, 16.69%, amazing number, break to the downside. This is what we can be looking at. And as I say, guys, staggering take profits all the way down. We're not just going to be, first things first, I wouldn't enter until we cleared this wick to the downside. And that would be a nice breakout coming through there. As you can see, potential for a trap to the upside there. So we don't want to be entering until we've cleared 25.23 there. Diego's in the stream there saying, Jesus, I'm late. He is late today. But yeah, it's nice to see you on the stream there, Diego. Big shout out to you, my guy. But yeah, staggering take profits all the way down here. You can see we do have correlative points coming through there. Now, these are going to be probably first things first around 24.84. That's what I would be looking at in terms of a take profit. The next one, we do have a horizontal at 24.23. Then obviously, huge horizontal coming through in terms of this wick to the downside here. You can see the support is formed at 23.83. So yeah, staggering take profits all the way up. And you know what we do, guys? Once we actually hit our first take profit to the downside, right? We hit our first take profit, which we could just plot in for simplicity's sake, probably around here, 24.72 there. That's going to be our first take profit point. Once we hit that, what do? We take our stop loss, wherever that may be, probably jumping down to smaller time frames to get more close moving averages and that sort of thing there. Once we get our stop loss, once we hit our first take profit, what do? We take our stop loss, we move it to our entry point. So if we do see any sort of reversal, yes, we get stopped out, but it's a stop at our entry, right? Stop at our entry. And we've already taken a lump of profit, so that is minimizing risk. And guys, this is very, very key in terms of a trading strategy here, because if you're staggering take profits all the way down, you're basically planning for any sort of reversal coming through there, and you've already taken lumps of profit continuously, rather than getting stopped out and being negative, right? We're not about the red trades. We're not about that. You know why we're here, people. You know why we're here. We're here to make money. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. But yeah, that's my trading strategy that I use continuously to make cold, hard, copious amounts of cash. Let me do some requests coming through there. We've got XMR for Taz. Just going to cough. I'm going to mute my mic and cough, guys. All good, all good. I'm back. I'm alive. Right. XMR. Bit of Monero. Do like Monero. I do. If you guys don't know about Monero, it's the new thing for the black market, right? Obviously, I'm not a supporter of the black market. But what I would say is Bitcoin, that's where transactions sort of originated for Bitcoin there on the black market. Monero is kind of taking a big stance there. It's a very, very low supply as well. I think it's probably around 25 million. It's really quite low. It's maybe not as low as Bitcoin, but it's still seriously quite low in terms of a supply for an altcoin. And it is in like the top 20, maybe top 30 altcoins there, and it does have a very very strong use case there. So yeah, it's definitely one to do some research on, guys. And I do think Monero itself is going to be doing some huge gains in the future. I think it's just going to start running up on its own there. So yeah, definitely. And as you can see from the daily so far, it's actually holding out compared to a lot of the altcoins. It's only down 1.48% there. So I'd just say 252 is extremely cheap, right? It is extremely cheap. And he said sheep. Is extremely cheap there. I would be looking at descending triangle right now. As you can see, horizontals to the downside here. Trend line coming down like so, saying hello to a lot of resistance points along this zone here. So yeah, definitely a point to be looking out for there in terms of a breakout. We are coming to the end of this triangle, which isn't the best sort of thing in the world, but we can be doing some sort of little potential mini scalp coming through there. And obviously this is the 4 hourly, so it's not going to be the smallest thing in the world, but it's not obviously the biggest thing in the world either. If we are looking for potential breakouts to the upside here, which is to be honest, with the market and the way it is at the moment, we are actually having a nice bounce point, whereas a lot of the other markets, I know Bitcoin's actually pumped up $200 actually since we last spoke. So yeah, interesting stuff to see it. We are actually following this for Monero there. But in terms of likelihood of breaking to the upside here, we do obviously have pretty strong lower highs to get over here. Pretty strong lower highs to get over. Whereas we've just got a horizontal to break to the downside here. So yeah, ideally we want to be breaking to the upside, but it is looking like we are going to break to the downside. This is looking pretty bearish indeed. I would be saying it is going to be equal if we had higher lows coming through here, but we don't, unfortunately, and then it would have been a symmetrical triangle. But unfortunately we don't have that coming through there. We've only got a breakout to the upside and potentially a breakout to the downside. But yeah, we'll weigh up that. It's going to be around a 3.35% to the upside there. To the downside, we could be looking at something along the lines of this, guys. And obviously, I'll say this again, it is stagger intake profits continuously, guys. We're not just gonna be blindly going for these completion of the measure moves there, because we plan for reversals, we plan for all that stuff there. But yeah, this is what I would say for Monero coming through there. But yeah, good stuff from Monero in terms of the long term, in terms of the hodl, guys. So yeah, if you haven't got this in your portfolio already, I would suggest to do some research on it, because it is going to be doing pretty well. I think it's going to start running up on its own fairly soon. As you can see here, you can see the confidence already in terms of the reflection on crypto today in terms of the top 20. The average price down is probably, I'd say around 5%, maybe 4% in terms of the average across all the top 50 altcoins there. But Monero only sat around 1.6% down. So yeah, it's holding its own at the moment. So yeah, let me look at some more requests there. I want to look at ICP there for Skiller. Skiller. Who's got the keys to my bimmer? ICP. Well, actually, very interesting stuff here for ICP. Now, the reasoning why I say this... No, that's the wrong thing. I'm just trying to delete some of this TA here. There we go. Keep letting go of the control too fast, right? Now, the reason why I say this, guys, you can see parallel channel, pretty similar to XRP sort of scenario here. Parallel channel coming through after seeing a humongous pump, parabolicness coming through to the upside here. We are on the 4 hourly chart, guys, if you did want to copy this in a sense, right? So yeah, as you can see, heavy levels of support being formed here. Heavy levels of support. We know there's a lot of horizontals plotted in here continuously here, and that's obviously what this indicator is showing us here in terms of these red lines coming through. Sorry, McKenna. I did say I'd do C98, so I will do that for you next. And 74 likes. You guys are killing out here on this fine Monday morning. And just so you know, your likes do not go unappreciated. It is helping my YouTube out massively. And I do see who's coming into the chat every single day in terms of the OGs and stuff like that. So yeah, it's nice to see the support continuously coming out from you guys. I do appreciate it out here. And if you are new to the community, join the Telegram group, guys. It's completely free and all that stuff. So yeah, and it's obviously a really good place to discuss trading continuously. And we are on about 200 members, and it's all positive. There's no negativity. It's all positive. And yeah, it's all good stuff. If you are a new trader, that is the place to be asking questions. It is a safe space for you guys if you are a little bit embarrassed and stuff like that, right? Have you done KSM? I got busy for a while now. No, I haven't done KSM, but I will have potential. I'll potentially look at that, Mr. Hero Optimist, my good sir. But yeah, as you can see here, ICP at this point in time looking like we are going to break to the downside. We do have a falling wedge as well, which we are currently respecting at this point in time. It is looking pretty trappy in terms of this falling wedge pattern. As you can see here, there's a lot of wicks to the downside here. So in terms of entering any sort of position out of this solely this chart pattern, it's a pretty risky move, right? It's a pretty risky move because you can see the momentum, the buy momentum in terms of these traps planning out there and playing out there. But let's go on the basis of this parallel channel for a second here, guys, on the bigger term time frame. I'm not going to go to it, but it would be it would look a lot nicer on the bigger term time frame, right? But yeah, as you can see here, you know what, let's go to it. Let's go to the 12 hour, right? So yeah, as you can see here, this is going to be the measure move to the downside here for ICP there. This is what we are going to be looking at in terms of a target price. It's going to be around a $42.67. Obviously, guys, that's quite a long way down, and we're not just going to be going for that exact price. God, it is on a very, very crucial level of support at this point in time. Quite scary time there for ICP, I would say, because if we are going to lose this zone, which we're currently on now, then the next target to the downside is going to be 45.33 there. Goodness me. So yeah, obviously if we are going to be entering any sort of short position for ICP there, we can be staggering take profits. It can be a profitable scenario for everyone involved. No, for all of us there, if we are going to be getting into this, staggering take profits all the way down, looking for the completion of the measure move. It is going to be in terms of percent for this trade. Absolutely huge move here, around 25.93% there. And this is the 12-hour, guys. It's not going to be happening literally overnight, I don't think. Unless we see a Bitcoin scenario coming through there when we jump down thousands of bucks in the space of 5 minutes, right? So yeah, this is the trade that I would be looking for ICP in terms of shorting the market here. Quite interesting an interesting standpoint there. Let me jump to another request there. What did we say? I did say I do C98 for McKenna there. Have some smoothie. Need some sugar. Right, C98, obviously pretty new, July, in terms of a listing on Binance. I'm not sure it was listed anywhere else before that. Let's get some fresh TA coming through there. As you can see, we did actually saw quite a bit of parabolicness coming through there. And we know what we say about climbing Everest, guys. When we go parabolic, no, it's all gone. Right, there we go. Here we go. Let's start that again. Actually, let's start that again. When we go parabolic in a motion like this, guys, it's a pretty steep sort of curve, right? If we're going to be thinking about climbing Everest, we need to be resting at base camp 1 before we take another leg up, right? Before we take another leg up. Or if we lose confidence, a leg down. But yeah, as you can see here, guys, we are seeing base camp 1 actually play out pretty strongly indeed. Bit of a bull flag, I would say, coming through if we are going to be doing the old trend lines coming through there, guys. After a parabolic motion like so, bit of a bull flag looking like so, and we know what that means. It means actually it does mean continuation to the upside there. So we are going to be potentially looking for a breakout to the upside there, guys. Definitely a point to be looking out for the future. Let me just get a little bit of a cheeky Everest, cheeky base camp 1 in the chat. Some emojis that I made. So yeah, as you can see here, this is going to be the Everest scenario that we could be looking for there. But yeah, we are looking for another leg up coming through. If this is going to plan out like a parabolic motion that we have seen before, the first target that we could be looking for in terms of a break to the upside is going to be something along the lines of this, right? And that's obviously above all major moving averages. We're going to have to get over this horizontal as well. So that's going to be a pretty correlative take profit point across the board there. So yeah, let me do a percent for that. 31.70% there here. That's going to be quite a big gain to the upside there. Quite a big trade if we are going to actually break to the upside for that there. Long Duck Dong, cool name, man. Says buy ADA now? Question mark. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do, my good sir. I can't give you advice at all. But at this point in time, we're on a pretty dirty red day for crypto, and it's looking rough. It's looking rough. So yeah, and especially with what ADA has been doing recently, with the whole smart contracts release tomorrow, the huge dump that we did see. It's a bit all up in the air at this point in time, right? There's a lot of FOMO in the market. So just, for me personally, I'm not going to be accumulating any more at this time. I'm just sitting back. I'm relaxing because there is going to be lower prices. So yeah, just make your own mind up, man. But yeah, there is going to be lower prices. I will just say that. We pumped up hundreds of percents in the space of 8 weeks, right? We need some sort of retracement, and we did see a clean-cut example of how Bitcoin can dump. Was it here? Yeah, how Bitcoin can dump in the space of 5 minutes, and that obviously smashed ADA all the way back down to like $2, I think it was. So yeah, all we need is one Bitcoin dump, and we know we're gonna get another Bitcoin dump at some point in time, and it's obviously gonna throw the altcoins under the bus as well. So yeah, there's gonna be many opportunities to be buying there. But yeah, so we have a little look at the voting system that we were just talking about there. So yeah, it was 1 if you think we're actually going to bounce from this zone, and so far reviewing that, and it was 2 if you think we're going to actually break out to the downside here. As you can see at this point in time, guys, we're actually having a little bit of an uptrend in terms of the shorter term time frame. Just to review Bitcoin quickly. I would say the first challenge point is going to be this lower high here, and that's going to be at 44,800. So if you are looking for basically a break point for us there, that's what we're going to be looking for, 44,800 there. That's going to be the ideal scenario. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if we do actually bounce from this zone here. I did want to touch on, actually, there was on the longer term time frame, obviously we do have a golden cross coming through here, guys. That's obviously a bullish chart signal there. Now we do have also my rounded blue box zone indicator coming through, which is pretty good stuff. It's pretty good stuff, and the reasoning for this is, guys, we're currently sat on a very, very, very crucial bounce point for the blue box zone. If we do bounce from this zone, it's going to be 43,000, 44,000 sort of area there. 44,000 sort of area. That's where the bounce point I'm going to be looking for. If we do lose that, then momentum to the downside can play out very, very strongly indeed. And then we've obviously got these targets plotted in there around 44,000, 38,000, and 44,000 for where we currently are, right? So yeah, interesting stuff there. Now let me have a little look at let's do quant for agent coups. QNT, right? Yeah. Fairly new, not that much data since July, not that much data, but it's been trending up. Obviously, this is quite a great example, actually. Good example. I'm on the wrong chart. Obviously, I've got my long-term Bitcoin chart here, so let me jump to my swing chart. That's my altcoin charts here. So let me jump back to quant, and we might actually have some TA already done. Protect says, yo, Chester, join now. When's the dump coming? Can you tell me some buying points of major alts? Unfortunately, I can't, my good sir. Some financial advice, I can't give it to you. 77 likes as well, guys. You're absolutely killing it. Amazing stuff there. I do appreciate your likes out here. Now, quant at this point in time, guys, obviously we went parabolic. We actually seen a nice bull flag chart pattern coming through, and then momentum gains to the upside yet again. But the momentum isn't as strong as it was before, and we are starting pretty much downtrends to the downside. We do have a rising wedge chart pattern being formed out from this here, guys. It's going to look better on the 4-hourly, actually. Let's have a look at the 4-hourly. Yeah, so the rising wedge pattern coming through for quant on the 4-hourly here. You can see we're coming up for a retest of the 21 moving average and also the lower side of this rising wedge pattern as well. The measure move to the downside we are looking at here, guys, is going to be, let me correct this coming through, that is going to be something along the lines of this. In terms of a percent for that gain there, it is going to be just less than 20, right? It's not going to be 20. It's going to be 19.43, 19.4, yeah, around 19.4% to the downside. That's what we are going to be looking at in terms of a short position. If this breakout is going to actually plan out there, going to be interesting stuff to see. We do have a lot of resistance planning out here in terms of measure moves, in terms of volume weighted ATR band. So yeah, first take profit point to the downside is going to be this 55 moving average here, and that's going to be sat around $321 there. Interesting stuff there. But yeah, we would be looking at a very correlative. Another take profit point is going to be in terms of this horizontal 304 there before we see a completion of the measure move to the downside there, sat at around, come on, it's a bit lower than I'd hoped. So let's say 290 there. That's around the point that we are going to see the completion of the measure move there. So yeah, interesting stuff to see for quant there, whether we are going to actually have a bounce to the downside from here. But at the end of the day, we are setting lower highs from this high point here. All-time high, is it? Yeah, all-time high, I would say. All-time high coming through there around 420 there. So yeah, from there, we have just seen reversals. And we know what happens with the all-time high rules, guys. All-time highs, 80% of the time, we come back down to previous all-time highs, which is where we're currently sat, right? We're currently sat on the previous all-time high horizontal. So yeah, we are actually currently resting on that zone. So yeah, very interesting to see. Very interesting to see whether we are actually going to see continuation to the downside from here, or we're going to find support and actually bang it up and see the previous all-time high, the all-time high actually get tested once again there. But as I was saying, momentum, as you can see here, is slowing down. So if we are going to see any momentum coming through here, I probably can't see us actually coming up any higher than the previous any higher than the all-time high, right? So yeah, that's what I would say about quant there. But yeah, this is the short position that could be coming into fruition there. Interesting stuff there. Let me do a bit of pond for Wasim there. Restless, I do see you there. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, man. Keep the spamming. Keep spamming that request, and I'll do it. No, I was literally just about to do it, but I said the wrong request, right? So yeah, let me do a bit of pond coming through there. let's jump to the daily. We'll start off on the daily for Pond. Obviously not all-time highs anywhere near. Actually below open for Binance there. Pretty new stuff. Joined in around March. Came on Binance around March. Obviously we've seen pretty big pumps to the upside here in what, 6 days ago, right? 5 days ago? Yeah, 5-6 days ago. Pretty crazy stuff actually, considering, and this is a pretty good example, guys, of when we climb Everest and we go parabolic like this. We're either going to be resting at base camp 1, having a consolidation zone, and then taking another leg up, or we've actually gone too parabolic, as you can see here. You can see the sell-off from this wick, and then the downtrend actually plays out. A very good example of this, guys, is Matic. Do you remember when we had that massive crash in May, and Matic actually recovered 230% over all the other altcoins? It was smashing through lower highs like they were just hand through paper, right? Excuse the analogy, but hand through paper. And then we just saw, after that, parabolic motion for Matic, and then we just saw trending down for God knows how long, and people are still got hope for Matic here, but it's not the biggest thing in the world. But yeah, this is the same sort of scenario here for Pond. As you can see here, very, very parabolic indeed. Now we're just seeing a downtrend actually play out. Lower highs actually get set massively, not coming up and actually challenging any lower highs in terms of the reversals of the trend there. And the reasoning for that is, it's because the dumps are too big. How can we get enough buying momentum to get back up to this point? We can't. It's too big. So when this downtrend actually starts to fizzle out a bit, that's when we can see the reversals actually coming up, maybe challenging some lower highs, and then we can talk about a reversal back to the upside. But at this point in time, I would say bearish in terms of the shorter term here. In terms of a target to the downside, I would say around 9 cents and 6.2 there. Interesting stuff there. So yeah, let me have a little look at Ocean there for Restless. Interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff, actually. Yeah, we got a bit of a double bottom coming through here, guys. So I'm gonna be drawing this in now. And we do a double bottom chart pattern when we do see a double bottom coming through, and then a nice swift recovery, and then we can get some sort of measure move coming up from that. And then the measure move would be done something along the lines of this, guys. As you can see, from this point here to this low point here. And then we basically take that measure move and take it from that previous break point. Did we actually see the completion of that measure move? No, not quite there. So that is still valid there, guys, in terms of a target price. Obviously, the resistance is so strong there for Ocean. But in terms of when we do see the reversal coming through there, if we do see it, this is going to be the target price. I mean, just a chart pattern that could basically be valid for the future there. Now, at this point in time, I would say it's obviously very, very strong. It's very strong buying power, but it's too much. It's just too much. Let's jump down a bit. Yeah, you can see the buying momentum's there, and obviously we are having that correction coming through there, and the support is just not holding, even on this correlative point here that you can see. So for Ocean at this point in time, it's looking actually really bad in terms of the micro right now. In terms of seeing a reversal, I would have expected that around this sort of zone here. As you can see, we consolidated for a while. You had the 55 underneath you as well, but you didn't hold it. You actually just saw a nice big sell-off coming through into fruition again over the last 4 hours or so. So yeah, in terms of a target price to the downside, first things first, now it is looking rough. I would actually say you're going to be coming down to this 7.330 there. 73 cents and 30 there. That's what I would say the next target price point to the downside is. Then if you do lose that, then obviously you do have horizontals past that. Obviously the correlative points here are going to be 70, 71 there. That's going to be interesting stuff. Diego says, Chess, how's the flu? Feeling better? No, man, I'm feeling better, but I've got like a chest infection or something, so I'm still a bit nasally and stuff, so I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it still, but yeah, I ended up working all weekend and stuff, so yeah, I'm just flat out continuously. I'm not stopping. Yeah, I'm not gonna let the flu get me. But yeah, in terms of how I'm feeling in terms of day to day now, I'm not feeling fluey or anything. It's just a bad chest, so I'm snoring at night and stuff. But yeah, so as you can see here, it's what would be the target price for downside there for Ocean. Big Mike says invasion rendering. 81 likes as well, guys. Amazing stuff there. Johnny says, have you checked Harmony? No, sir, I have not checked Harmony, but I'm going to check. I'll check Harmony, and then I'm going to check Theta. 1, right? Harmony's 1. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. Let me get some fresh TA coming through there. Although you can see what we just did see is a very clean example of an ascending triangle playing out in terms of a measure move to the upside, gaining a lovely little 10% coming through there. But yeah, let's get rid of that for now, and let's do some fresh. So fresher, so free. Fresh TA coming through there. You can see a correlative level of support, which we're currently. Oh no, this isn't good. It means we're actually looking for a break to the downside here. As you can see, guys, ascending triangle yet again coming through here, guys. To the top. So we obviously saw this one playing out pretty nicely, pretty famously actually. Now we are actually looking at breaking this to the downside, which could mean potential for a short position coming through there, guys. It's lighter. I will do Theta. I will do Theta, my good sir. Theta is next for you. And who else said Theta? Someone else said Theta. Jermaine said Theta as well. Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. And let me ask you guys a question, right? Altcoin requests aside for a second, what's your favorite altcoin? Let me know in the chat. I want to know your favorite altcoin right now. I want to know your favorite altcoin because obviously there's a lot of stuff going around at the moment in terms of fundamentals and stuff. So I want to know your favorite altcoin, your biggest hodl. So let me know in the chat there, guys, and we'll see. Johnny says 0.17538. Next support, gotta hold. 0.17. Yeah, so pretty much bang on this high low here. I believe you are saying. Yeah, around this sort of zone there. Hey, what's poppin', says Joe. Brand new whip just hopped in. Yes, in terms of a measurement to the downside, if this trend is going to continue there, this higher low point is going to be on the cards there in terms of a challenge point. We're below all major moving averages here. We got the 200 EMA coming up to say hello, but still amples away from where we actually need it to be in terms of a level of support there. Restless is saying SHIB and Doge is his favorite coin there. I know you're trolling, man. But yeah, in terms of measurement to the downside, it is going to be around a 9.15% there. Lovely short position coming through there. And also, we're pretty near enough central on the RSI. We've got plenty of moving space coming through there to actually complete this measurement to the downside. Obviously, staggering take profits all the way down there. Where would I put a take profit here? I would put a take profit here at 0.17900. As you can see there, correlative point along the zone. Let's plot that in so it's a bit more visually appealing for the end consumer, which is you guys. As you can see there, lovely level of resistance there, support coming through. Also, correlative point along the zone. So yeah, that would be the first take profit point. As you guys know, I don't just like going for that full completion of the measure move there. The reasoning for this is you minimize losses if you stagger your take profits all the way down. You hit one take profit, you take your stop loss, you move it to your entry point, and then if you do see a reversal in the price, you get stopped out. Yes, but you minimize losses because you've already taken profit once. Or twice or three times. You've already taken profit once for simplicity's sake. It's a profitable stop out, right? It's a profitable stop out, right? Joseph's favorite coins are one VET, ADA, and several alts for NFT and DeFi. Yeah, interesting stuff there, man. One VET, ADA. Yeah, I've got one of my good friends really does like VET. He lives for the VET. He lives for VET. 85 likes as well, guys. You're absolutely killing it on this fine Monday morning. Do appreciate all those likes coming through. It does help me out tremendously in terms of my YouTube algorithms and stuff like that, getting shown to more people. And look, 75 people watching. That was better than we had at the end of last week, right? We had like, I think it was like 40 or 50 people. So yeah, you guys, your likes are actually helping me educate more people on a day-to-day basis, right? So it's not in a sense helping me. It's actually helping less educated traders, right? So yeah, I do appreciate that coming through there. Should we have a little look at that? Because a lot of people are saying they like that. Let's have a little look at that, shall we? V-Chain. Little bit of V-Chain. Little bit of V-Chain. It's, what the hell that is? It's, yeah, it's just a strange measure move from that time going on the most previous uptrend from that symmetrical triangle. But yeah, let's get rid of that for now. Sounded like I was choking then. So yeah, as you can see here, we do have, I would say, a pretty strong trend line to the upside here. As you can see, many levels of resistance along this zone, right? Many levels of resistance along this zone. Definitely a point to be watching there. Now, in terms of a horizontal point, which we are currently sat on, hovering, saying hello, it is going to be looking along the lines of this. And, I mean, could be doing something along the lines of this. Yeah, we could be doing that, and that's obviously a symmetrical triangle, guys. I know it's not the best one in the world. Let me get it. Let me get it to a point so you guys are like, that's actually a triangle, not a wedge. Yeah, so if these guys are going to be meeting here, saying hello, shaking hands, that is going to be a symmetrical triangle, right? As you can see, they're a bit more visually appealing for end consumer there. Now, as you can see here, we are breaking to the downside here, people. Not looking too hot in here for VeChain. Not looking too hot. Not looking too hot indeed. Now, if we lose this horizontal here at around 10 cents 9.6 there, then the progression to the downside is strong. It's going to be strong. It's going to be pretty awful, right? In terms of a measure move, right? This is what we are going to be looking for. And hello, does that correlate perfect with the volume weighted ATR band? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, thems. Preferred pronouns and all that stuff. That is the perfect point of support, which we could be looking for a lovely bounce point coming through from there. Now, in terms of percentages for this short position, we could be looking at is around 8.33% there. Interesting stuff there. And I'm just going to say it again, guys, staggering take profits, all that amazing stuff there. I did say I'd do theta. Sorry, man. I did say I'd do theta. But yeah, staggering take profits all the way down, moving, once we hit first take profit, moving stop loss to entry point, and then we minimize losses completely there. Now, as we are looking at VeChain here, this is what we are looking for in a potential breakdown scenario. Yet again, having the continuation of this downtrend. I mean, in terms of live price, this has been, since the day begun, it's been pretty rough indeed, right? It's been pretty, where are we? 13th? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, top side here. We actually saw, literally, it's just awful. We're down like, it says 7.5%, but I think it's probably a bit more than that, actually. Yeah, at this point in time, it's 8.7% down, which is pretty rough in terms of what we are seeing now. But to be honest, we do actually have a trap zone that could play out as well, right? We do have a trap zone that could play out as well. So to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually reclaim this symmetrical triangle here, because that is, I know it's the most unlikely scenario to happen here, because it does look like we are going to be breaking down to the downside here, but it's going to be pretty, sometimes it does happen. The most unlikely scenario does happen to trick everyone out, right? So yeah, I would say we could potentially even just do this, and then be looking at a nice resistance point sat at around this 12 cents yet again there. And to be honest, since the start of Monday has begun, it's been pretty red day, and it's not just going to keep going down, my people. It's not just going to keep going down. It is going to, we're going to see some sort of retracement, some sort of things coming through there. Otherwise, it's just going to be parabolic to the downside, and then that means we're going to have huge pumps to the upside there. Gunny G says ADA seems promising. Interesting. Yeah, ADA is down 7.59% so far of the day. Now let's jump to Theta, right? Theta was next on the cards. Actually, no, I'm gonna have some smoothie. I'll have a bit of a strawberry and banana smoothie, and then we're gonna do a little TA on Theta, because Theta is in a breakdown scenario as we're talking. No, I don't know anything about Casper, Johnny. Have you looked at Surum? Yeah, says Dallas. No, I haven't, my good sir, unfortunately. 93 likes as well, guys. Should we put 100 like target on the table? Should we? Should we do it? Why not? Let's do it. That'd be quite cool if we could smash 100 likes, guys. That would be absolutely crazy, right? Now, what we're seeing here, obviously, guys, let me do a little bit of an explanation here. Let me jump to a bigger term time frame, so it's a bit more visually appealing for you guys here. As you can see, we do have a parallel channel coming through there. Levels of resistance being formed there. Levels of resistance, big trap coming to the top side here. As you can see, support, continuously, support, continuously, support, continuously. Now we are seeing a little bit of support breaking to the downside, right? Support breaking to the downside right now. Actually, this is looking pretty rough. In terms of bearish momentum right now, Theta token is looking like we're actually going to come right the way down. This would be a position that missed and gone now, right? It's gone. You missed your entry coming through there. But yeah, the measure move to the downside here is going to be all the way down to $5.10 there. Pretty rough indeed. The measure move is going to be around a 22.58% gain there. Very rough indeed. Now we do have a symmetrical triangle chart pattern as well, so now we can plan for a potential reversal, right? The potential reversal is going to be the completion of the other measure moves, right? It's going to be a completion of the other measure move, and the other measure move is going to be around this here. As you can see here, we have completed that measure move. So if we are going to see a reversal, it's going to be here. It's going to be here. If the continuation isn't going to continue, we're going to see a reversal at this zone here, because we've seen the completion of that measure move happen already, right? It's completion of the measure move happen already, and then we can basically put down on the book whatever the hell we're seeing here is still going to be in this dirty trap zone of this wick to the downside here. Yeah, as you can see here, same scenario playing out here. If we are going to be bringing this trend line looking like so, this is going to be the trap zone. As you can see, trap zone coming through here, heavily respected as as we are falling down there. So yeah, I would actually expect us to bounce here for Theta. But it is looking rough, guys. It is looking rough. So just trade safe out there with Theta. Yeah, it's looking pretty bad. But yeah, that's what I'd say about Theta. Let me see. Get your altcoin requests in the chat, guys. Get some XLM, bit of Stellar. Shall we have a look at a bit of Stellar, and then I'll do some more requests, guys. So smash your altcoin requests in the chat, and I will get to them ASAP Rocky as soon as possible. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday as well. And guys, if you're new to the channel here, I do stream every single goddamn day, Monday to Friday, every single morning. It's going to be a short stream on Wednesday because it is my birthday. So I'm not going to stream all morning, but I'm going to stream a little bit. So yeah, you can expect that coming through there. Now, in terms of Stellar, but yeah, I do stream every single morning, guys. So if you are liking the content, smash the subscribe button, smash the notification bell, and you're never going to miss one of my uploads. And if you are new to trading as well, or if you are new to the Crypto Chester community, you can join our Telegram group. We've got around 200 members there, guys, and it's a safe space for new traders to be asking questions and stuff like that. We are growing quite quickly here. Pretty good stuff indeed. Very, very happy with the progress, and I think everyone is really happy with how the Telegram group is going as well, because we're talking about crypto 24/7 there. Pretty good stuff. So yeah, as you can see, symmetrical triangle here coming to the downside here for Stellar. I would be looking for a breakout to the downside here. You know, symmetrical triangles, guys, they can be breaking out in any direction, right? Or they can be continuation pattern to the downside, or on the previous trend. So yeah, this is a bit of a bearish pennant chart pattern, I would say, but the measurement to the downside, if we are going to be profiting from this, it is going to be a short position, and it is going to be around this sort of level, looking like so. Obviously, guys, stagger and take profits all the way down. Need I say it anymore? What are your thoughts about D&B background music? Want to do a vote, maybe? Yeah, to be honest, that would be quite cool. Let me just do a little. Did that work? I've never done a poll before. Hopefully that did work. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, symmetrical triangle to the downside. This is going to be the break that we are going to be looking for here. Yeah, as you can see here, the vote did work. Yeah, it did work there. So yeah, as you can see, you can vote in the chat, guys. We are looking to potentially change the music here to more upbeat sort of scenario here, because at the moment it's pretty chilled. It's pretty chilled out here. So yeah, we'll just see how that goes. In terms of percentages and stuff like that. So yeah, this is going to be the measure move to the downside here that we do need to be thinking about here. Around a 6.75% gain in terms of a short position there for Stellar. If this breakout is going to play out, and guys, you know, you stagger your take profits all the way down, and then once you hit your first take profit, you move your stop loss to entry, right? You move your stop loss to entry to oh snap, my favorite trend is streaming. My favorite friend is streaming, says Slothpack. Nice to see you on the stream there, Slothpack. And 99 likes, 99 viewers, apparently. That's actually crazy stuff there. Pretty much break even. Amazing stuff there, guys. And get your altcoin requests in the chat there. Let me see. Let me do some live TA for you. I'm going to do a bit of cake for Sarah there. Zane's the 100th liker. Thank you ever so much, Zane. Your like does not go unappreciated. It is helping me educate more people on a day-to-day basis, because I do stream every single day, Monday to Friday. And yeah, it's I enjoy it, right? I do enjoy it. It's good fun. So yeah, same sort of scenario here for cake. I would say symmetrical triangle planning out, looking at a potential breakout to the downside. We do have a volume weighted ETR band here, guys, and we know the support that we do find on that zone. Let me get a bit of I like the chill buys, but see how D&B goes, says Josh. Yeah, potentially, man. We should have to see. Yeah, in terms of the volume weighted ETR band, you can see the levels of support that we do find along this zone. If we can get some more, if we do break it, guys, we do actually trend below it. But yeah, the support is there. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if we actually break it, or we actually find that support coming through there on this zone here. If we do break it to the downside, we can expect humongous dumps for cake there. But at this point in time there, so yeah, I don't know if that drum and bass thing worked, like the poll, but yeah, as you can see here, this is going to be the scenario to the downside here for cake. If we are looking at some sort of measure move here, it's going to be along the lines of this, right? Along the lines of this. This is what we are going to be looking for in terms of a short position. In terms of percentages here, people, in terms of percentages here, we're going to be looking at around 9.28% there. Obviously, we've got a few correlative points to get over first. That's the volume weighted ATR band. We've got this horizontal coming through at $18.42, and then our first take profit is going to be the low side of this wick, because at around $17.76 there, because this is the point where we potentially going to see the reversal, right? This is the point where we're going to see the reversal, and that's why we have a first take profit point coming through there. Now, let me have a little look at the chat there. We've got, what have we got? In terms of requests, Hey guys, we got 100 likes. That's amazing stuff there. How do I cancel this poll? End poll. There we go. I suppose it will say some results, right? So yeah, let me have a little look at Solana for Dumitru. Hopefully I'm saying that right, man. Solana coming through there. Here we go. The poll results: 62% yes and 37% no. And this is why at this point in time, guys, it's quite controversial putting different types of music in on a stream, right? Because I could literally lose. Imagine I could lose 37% of my audience if I put the wrong music. So yeah, it's I might have to do like 2 different streams or something like that. We'll see how it goes. Maybe halfway, maybe drum and bass at the start or chill music towards the end. Because you guys know I segment my show into 3 different parts, where I do my Bitcoin TA, then I do my 3 altcoins of the day, and then I do Bitcoin analysis, right? Dumitru says thanks. Not a problem, man. Not a problem. As you can see, for Solana, we all know about Solana, right? Thanks for the cake. Sarah, I'm always here to give a slice of cake. No, thanks for tuning in. Do appreciate you coming through there. So as you can see, yeah, Solana has actually seen a lot of progression to the upside recently. Zane says, can we have a little look at BTC quick for a short summary? Yes, we can. We can. Let me do cake, and then we'll do a little BTC update. But it's not really done a lot since I started streaming, right? It's been fluctuating between like $200-300 bucks. So jazz is perfect with your voice, man. Maybe I should try a bit of jazz music. That'd be quite cool, actually. Says Stoffelhan. So yeah, as you can see here, huge uptrend for Solana. We all know about this. We saw the recovery coming through in terms of all-time highs getting smashed through again. Pretty crazy stuff there. Slothbag says, I can make you some beats. Drop me a message, Slothbag. We'll get something in. We'll get some in motion. That'd be quite cool. So yeah, as you can see, humongous dump to the downside. Volume weight to the TR band heavily respected here on the 4-hourly here. And this is obviously happening for Bitcoin this happened for Bitcoin within 5 minutes. So this is why Solana decided to dump off a cliff. Bit of a mini panic sell in a sense, right? But we saw the momentum continue to the upside. New all-time highs getting set there for Solana, and then we were talking about weighing up the chances of. Steve says, see ya. See you later, Steve. Nice to see you on the stream there, Steve. Do appreciate you coming through. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow morning, or wherever country you're from, whatever time zone it is. Should we do that? Should we do a little, see how international the stream's got? But yes, this is going to be the measure move coming through here, guys. To the downside here, it's going to be around a 17.34% gain. This is just a clean-cut example of actually how sometimes it can break to the downside like this and smash through key levels of support coming through there. So yeah, interesting stuff there. Chester F. Make the stream what the majority wants and more will join. Grant Lewis says, Chester, F the people. Interesting, man. So yeah, it's pretty much Solana at this point in time. I would say crucial points for Solana right now is going to be this previous high-low point, which we're currently sat on a level of support. We're seeing, make sure you get plenty of cake on Wednesday. Happy birthday in advance. Thank you ever so much, Sarah. I do appreciate that. Hopefully I do get some cake on Wednesday. Hopefully my partner can make me a nice Victoria sponge or something. Yeah, as you can see here, so English, right? As you can see here, this is going to be a level of support that we are looking for in terms of a horizontal around this $152 there. Interesting stuff there. But yeah, so we let's do the part of the show. We don't do this every day. I haven't done this for probably like a few weeks or so, but I like to know how international the stream is getting, how international the audience is. So let me know in the chat, guys, whereabouts you're from. What's your country of origin? Let me see how international we are. And if you really want, put your time zone in there as well, because it's interesting, because some people are sat there at like 3 a.m. in the morning, right? And they're sat there watching me, and it's like, God, it's a 5 to 12 here. Crazy stuff. I nearly been streaming 2 hours. That's why. Time flies, right? Time flies. So yeah, it's 5 minutes to 12 in the afternoon here. So yeah, interesting stuff there. And let me see where you're from in the chat there. But yeah, anyway, Solana right now, we are actually seeing continuation of the downside. I would be really worried if we lost this horizontal at 152 there. If we do lose that, then I would say the next target point is going to be this previous higher low here, and that's going to be sat at around that $1.36 there. That's going to be the really scary point. If we can get down there, guys, if we lose this zone here, then we're going to just have continuation of the downside probably until we hit this 200 EMA there. And hey, let's be honest, people, it's absolutely fine if this does happen, because we know what Solana's been doing. It's been going crazy, right? Since the 20th of July, from when all these uptrends began, we've actually pumped up from the top to 832% for Solana there. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff indeed. So what is a little bit of a correction, right? What is a little is that a measure move, right? What is a little bit of a correction to the downside here, right? And this is in terms of a percent from the top side, right where we are now to where we are now, is around a 27% correction. If we are going to come down to the 200 EMA, it's only 42%, and 42% to the downside, once you've just pumped up 832%, is absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. Crazy stuff. Let me jump to the chat quickly because I see a lot of countries coming through there. International stuff coming through there. Yeah, let me have a little look. We've got Sydney here from the Selangor. We've got Naluksha Mahanchan. Maybe I said that wrong. Maybe I said it right. What about Bake? He wants. Let's jump to Bake. Actually, we haven't done. Oh no, I said I'd do a BTC. Do a BTC update, and then we'll jump to Bake. Evening from Australia, cool stuff. We've got from Mars. Joe's in Mars, cool. Wales, UK. Nice to see you on the stream there, Donna. I do appreciate you coming through. We've got Cape Town, cool stuff there. My one of my best friends is like South African, right? We've got Stein from the Netherlands. We got Romania coming through there. We got Origin, USA. 4 a.m. Goodness me, sloth bag. You're going to be tired tomorrow, man. India coming through there. I'm from the Midlands, UK. Sarah, we're literally like down the road from each other, right? Melbourne. We've got 9 p.m. Sydney. Pakistan coming through there. Amazing. I do want to go to Pakistan, actually. I've heard it's quite cool there. 4 p.m. Romania, Australia, Portugal twice as well. Norway, 1 hour before you, says Hero Optimist. We've got South Africa, quite a few South Africans coming through. We've got Phoenix, Boris Johnson's tax paradise, UK. Interesting. London, 7 Juan from London, cool stuff there. Where are you from? I'm from just up from like Bristol sort of area in the UK. So if you're thinking about the UK on the map, I'm in the west, right? I'm in the west. We've got Joshi out here from Australia, cool stuff there. We've got John from Philly. We've got Peter from Holland, amazing stuff there. Philly too. There's a lot of Philly people coming through there. It's Oregon. Yeah, sorry, man. I can trade, I can make money, but I'm pretty dyslexic in terms of reading. I'll always give it a go though, right? Sarah says, pop round for a brew. English breakfast, Twinings, cup of tea. Thank you. Very nice. All the Philly boys coming through. Amazing stuff there, guys. Do appreciate all you guys. Let me know where you're from. It's nice to see how international we're all getting out here as a community. It's quite interesting to see you're all from, like some of you are all from the same place as well. Cool stuff. Let me jump to Bake there. And then we can bake a cake. Excuse the pun. So we were just talking about cake slices a lot. Hell yes, says Joe. Cool stuff, man. This is I would say pretty rough, right? Obviously we got the open from Binance coming through. Quite new, actually. I thought it was a little bit less new than that. Interesting. But yeah, so as you can see here, we've actually seen quite strong downtrend coming through. Obviously, we've got the May crash, but we've not really seen any sort of recovery coming through here. A lot of other altcoins actually saw lower lows get set, as you did see here on the second point of the crash, and then we actually saw a lot of momentum gain to the upside, actually coming up, challenging all these lower highs, and actually seeing a lot more momentum gain there. But Bake, it's been baking in the oven for far too long. It is not cooking. It's not cooking. Maybe they've left the oven off because it's just not very good. The confidence was there. The confidence was there in terms of this uptrend. This is actually a healthy uptrend coming through here on the 4 hourly. But after that, it's just sideways, and it's just obviously taking a big tumble when Bitcoin did. And from there, it's doing pretty much what everything else is doing. I mean, if we are going to have the continuation of the downside of this trend, my first target would be probably sat around there, around this sort of zone at $1.74 there. If the continuation is going to actually play out there, I would be referencing Bitcoin for this because obviously that's going to be the leader. And then the next one is that 1.64 as well. That interesting stuff there. Looks like we're headed to 42K, right, says David? I didn't do a BTC analysis, did I? No, I didn't. Let me just round off with Bake, and then I'll do a BTC analysis. Sorry, I messed that up. And then I'm probably going to end the stream, guys, because we're near enough hitting 2 hours here. Joe, yo, Dave, park up and spark up, Papa. Funny stuff, man. Niluksha is from Sri Lanka. Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. You say it better than East Coast already. Oh, God. Graveyard shift says prime time for me. Crazy how many my audience is like from like the USA, right? It's like that's my biggest demographic, I think. It's USA, and then it's UK, and then it's India, and then it's Pakistan, I think. So yeah, pretty crazy stuff there. And also, I noticed in terms of the analytics of these streams, right, it's like 30% of you continuously watch every day and you're not subscribed, which is just, it baffles me, right? It baffles me. Because you come on, you're like, oh, I missed the start of the stream. If you subscribe and you press the notification bell, you're not going to miss that. You're going to get told. I know YouTube aren't the best for notifications, guys. I know they're not the best, but that's why we have Twitter. So you guys can follow the Twitter, and I post my live, I post when I'm live on Twitter, and you can get that pretty much, 10s only. I didn't do index. Damn, this is the problem. I get so many requests coming through there. Google account says, one of the major supporters is for Bitcoin. If you give me 2 minutes, literally 2 whole minutes, I'm going to do a whole TA for you on Bitcoin. Whole TA for you on Bitcoin, and we'll see what's good coming through there, guys. But yeah, in terms of Bake, this is going to be the move to the downside if we are going to have the continuation around a 9.26, or probably around a 9% simplicity's sake. We'll have a look at Bitcoin now. Let's do Bitcoin here on the shorter term time frame. And guys, if you haven't voted yet, we were voting here. We were saying, do you think we're going to hit one? Not hit one. Do you think we're going to actually rebound from this zone and come up to the top side of this parallel channel here? Do you think we're going to bounce here to the upside? Or do you think we're going to have continuation to the downside and we could be potentially looking at a break here at around 41,600 there? That's going to be the measure move completion there if we are going to break to the downside. Now, as you can see here, so yeah, get your votes in the chat, guys, and we'll just see the narrative, because I know we've done this already, but I'm sure there's quite a few new people here so that haven't voted here. And Joe Hart says, you know why we all in here for? You know why we're all in here for? You know why we're here. We're here to make money. No, we're here for a bit of Bitcoin, right? We're here for Bitcoin TA and crypto TA. So yeah, hopefully I'm fulfilling your needs. But yeah, in terms of what we are seeing now for Bitcoin, we are seeing a parallel channel to the downside, right? This is obviously the shorter term time frame, guys. You can see how dominant this trend line is that we've got coming through here in terms of a correlative bounce point. You can see the levels of resistance from this zone. Now we're forming support. So I did say the title of this video, look, we could potentially bounce here, guys. There is potential for us to bounce here. There's a lot of support here. And also, if we are going to actually come down a bit lower and then bounce at that zone, we're going to see a lot of bullish divergences playing out there across our multiple time frames, across multiple indicators there. So yeah, definitely something to be weighing up for the future there. At this moment, a lot of people are saying too, they think we're going to break down to the downside. Yeah. So let me get to my explanation for that. I mean, at this point in time, guys, it is looking, I must say, it is looking pretty bearish, but I think everyone's flipping up very, very bearish indeed, right? So yeah, we'll just see how we go from there. Another bullish divergence potentially playing out here on the RSI, on the hourly. We'll just have to see how that goes. Also, Donna's saying too, she thinks we're going to break to the downside. Joe thinks we're going to be bouncing up to the upside here. I mean, to be honest, I really wouldn't be surprised if we bounce the upside here, just because there's a lot of people saying that we are going to come down. And you think like a whale, you're never going to fail scenario sort of thing here. Now, if we're jumping to the midterm coming through here for the 4 hourly for Bitcoin, you can see this broadening wedge pattern that we did have coming through. Pretty rough stuff. I don't like broadening wedges. I'm not a fan. I'm sure the OGs on the channel know that. As you can see, the measure move for this broadening wedge that we would be looking for if we are going to break down here is going to correlate up to 41,417. And hey, as I was saying at the start of the stream here, guys, after pumping up literally like 70-80% there, if we're going to be pulling back to around this 41,000 there, it's absolutely fine. Because if you think 8-9 weeks ago, we're sat at 29,000. It's absolutely fine. It's completely healthy stuff. It's completely healthy stuff for that to actually plan out there. Now, in terms of what we are seeing, damn right, my guy. Get this money. Yeah, as you can see, massive trend line to the downside coming through here, guys. So yeah, this is the point that we are actually pretty much sat on, right? We're pretty much sat on this trend line. Pretty scary stuff indeed. So yeah, this is going to be the point to be looking out for there. If we can find support on that, then the progression to the upside is going to be better. It is going to be stronger. But hey, at the end of the day, we've got lower highs being set. Pretty rough stuff indeed. We're still miles away from challenging the most recent lower high there. Miles away at 46,100. Obviously, today has been pretty rough in terms of the humongous dump that we have seen there. In terms of a smaller measure move, if we are going to break to the downside here from this falling wedge pattern, I know we usually break to the upside for them, but we're going to be looking at a price target to start off with around 43,029 there. So yeah, going to be interesting to see if that does plan out. Granted, we do have a lovely trap zone coming through here. That means we're not going to be taking any sort of position until we clear this trap zone. It's called a trap zone for a reason. It's there to trap you out, right? It's there to trap you out. There's no really correlative take profit point if we even enter here and then we hit that take profit and then see rejection coming through there. So yeah, the first take profit point I would be looking for a short position. We would be entering around here when we're losing the trap zone there and then coming down to this 43,000 there. And then potentially, if we are going to be going short from that zone there, we could be looking at a much bigger short in terms of the broadening wedge pattern coming through there. So yeah, interesting stuff there for the old Bitcoin. Now, RSI. look at this resistance point that we did see actually play out very strong indeed. We know this resistance line to the downside here, guys. We know how strong it is. We know how much we've been using it. The OGs know how much we've been using it over the last few, well, since December 2020, right? We've been using this for quite a while in terms of take profits, in terms of cold, hard cash, in terms of making loads of profit. I did say this is going to be the point to be looking out for. So let's go on the basis that we do see some sort of reversal coming through here. We need to basically be taking into account this resistance line here, guys. That's the point to be watching out for the future in terms of said rejection. In terms of Bitcoin here on the longer term time frame, let me jump through here. Very scary stuff. No, what I'm saying here, guys, we do have the rounded blue box zones here. It's a linear regressional growth curve from the start of Bitcoin. I'm not going to go into all that now, but we are currently sat on a key level of support here. If we find support here, we're going to be looking at bouncing up to the upside here. If we lose this support sat around 41,700, that means that we're going to be coming down to the trend line from the all-time high, guys. The trend line from the all-time high is going to be coming down. You can see how correlative it is from that previous, most recent dump that we saw last week coming through for that 5 minutes. You can see how strong the support is on that zone, that buying back momentum. So yeah, this is going to be the bounce point around 42,271 if we are going to bounce, guys. That's a definite point to be looking out for. In terms of the WOB machine now, in terms of the moving averages that we've got plotted in, you can see the 50 moving averages coming up to say hello, the 50 SMA, and also the 200 SMA. They're looking for, you guessed it, cheeky golden cross scenario coming through here, and we know what happens when we see a golden cross scenario coming through. We see momentum in terms of bullish momentum to the upside there. So yeah, it's definitely a point to be looking out for said future there in terms of a trend reversal, right? Yeah, in terms of a trend reversal. That's going to be it from me, guys. I'm pretty tired. Pretty tired. It's obviously near enough a 2 hour stream there. Tell you what, let me do one more request, because then we can ride it up to 2 hours. It'll take like 3 minutes. So I'm just going to yawn. Oh god. Yeah, big yawn, and then we're going to be doing one more request, and then we're going to be ending the stream. So yeah, let me so get your altcoin request. Oh no. Sorry guys. I promise I do index for tens only. Let me do index. Oh no, index. My bad. Are you gonna load? Not a fan. Not a fan at all. My internet crashed? Don't think so. Index? This must be TradingView then. Like, what? It's like it's gonna... What's happening? It just disappears. Am I doing it wrong? No. Very strange. Very strange indeed. Now, all of that for this chart. Cheers, tens only, mate. Amazing. Yeah, obviously huge pump at open. We usually see that downtrend actually playing out pretty strongly from there. We do have a horizontal to the lower side here around that 38 cents there. That's what the low point that we would be looking for there. Dallas computer says no. Yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, no, look shut. Bitcoin dominance is actually at a key level of resistance there. Sorry, key level of support. Donna says, don't overdo it, Chester. No, I won't, don't worry. I did actually end up working like 75 hours last week, just building all the products, and because I'm building a masterclass at the moment, aren't I? So I'm really working quite hard. But once it's all done, it'd be nice to sit back and just relax. On the BUSD chart, he wants it. Okay, see if we can get it. BUSD. There we go. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? Bit better. It's a bit better. Wow. Christ. What's happened? Well, tens only. If you were involved in this, you made that cold hard cash, so well done to you, sir. Good stuff. Good stuff. Joe Hart, I guess it's a sign. Yeah, I feel like Trading Me was like, it's time to end your stream, bro. Come on. We're not gonna let you have that altcoin. Yeah, in terms of percent for that pump, what? Damn, 1,311%, guys. Crazy stuff indeed. But this is just a clean example of resting at base count 1, right? Once you've gone parabolic, like so, we know the analogies we use here. Parabolic, looking to climb Everest here. Look at this little average drawing. Resting at base camp 1 before taking another leg up. When I say resting at base camp 1, I mean a nice amount of consolidation. And we are seeing that actually. We saw a nice downtrend coming through, bit of a bull flag coming through, and then a nice breakout coming through there. Nice little downtrend. Now we're basically seeing these. Goodness me, my stomach's doing backflips. We're seeing these downtrends actually fizzle out a bit, right? Once these fizzle out enough, then we're going to see another leg up for IDEX there. It does look pretty progressive, unless we see us break this horizontal here at this 39 cents. If we lose this horizontal, then we're going to be coming down to this this high low point here, and then from there we're going to be seeing imminent corrections, right? And we don't want that. We don't want that, right? Because obviously this pump is huge. We don't want to invalidate that. We want a nice consolidation, base camp 1 rest, and then another leg up. Looking not too bad indeed for IDEX there. Not IDEX, for tens only. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it from me. Thank you ever so much for tuning in today. Very, very, very nice stream. Did enjoy myself. And we're actually dumping crazy as I just went on this, right? So yeah, thank you ever so much for tuning in, guys. I will see you all tomorrow morning for another stream. And shout out to LR's daughter having her first day at school today. I hope it all goes well. And shout out to LR as well. Amazing stuff there. But yeah, peace out for now, and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester.